Check, 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 check. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, everyone. There's a smiling American standing front and center on the stage, looking for some friendly faces, looking for some smiles. I know you can all hear me. Can you see me yet? I get some thumbs up. I get some smiles. For those of you who would like, there are some empty seats right here in front of me. If we've all had a bite to eat, all had a bit of coffee, some juice. The hibiscus was lovely. It was. I see our judges are making their way down there. While I've got some time, actually, if somebody can hear me, I can call down George from the Founders Factory. George from the Founders Factory, your car is parked outside and is going to be towed. No, I'm just kidding. George from the Founders Factory. I see Tom making his way to the stage. Big round of applause for Tom, wherever you'd like. It's a little early for the applause, I think. So ladies and gentlemen, all joking aside, if you'd like to come this way and take some seats, and we can get started with what we do best, startups standing up, pitching their best. Can't rhyme a word with the same word. So ladies and gentlemen, yes, you're moving, come on down. Come on down, we've got empty seats. Turn your attention. Where are my guys over here? We've got Endeleka there. We got Carol. All right. So over the next few hours, we're going to have startups pitching from several different categories. We're going to have investors in the room. Sorry about that. Investors in the room. And we have, obviously, the seating and the round table over there are for the deep dives and continued conversations on what we see on stage. So please come on down. Lovely to have you. We've got two jury members. We're looking for George from the Founders Factory. No, not George from the Founders Factory? I don't know who that person is. Whoever the jury is, you can bring them down. Two jury members? You're a jury member? You get a privileged seat, my friend, right up here. You get a microphone and everything. Or you can sit here as well, wherever you'd like. All right. And Nate, we have our startups lined up and ready. 2 minutes, okay. So you get to chat with me a little bit more. That's always fun. So real quick, just remember that we do have the AfricArena Wired app, which is available on the Google Play and App Store at AfricArena. Super easy to find. I hope I'm going to see a big uptick in those downloads because all of our featured content that you're seeing on stage now, live stream of the event, is available on the app, as well as all the other content from all the other AfricArenas. It's really a wealth of information from roundtables to keynote speeches to startup pitches themselves. The app is really taking a new dimension that is really, really exciting and fun. After that, I can say what? I'm just kidding. I haven't run out of material yet. I could do this all day. Yeah. Ooh. I should watch out. I know my voice is booming through this giant cavern of a room. All right. So Nathaniel, give me a shout for when the startups come down. Just to give you a little rundown of how the next few hours are going to go. Each startup is going to have about 3 minutes of pitch time with 2 minutes of question and answer from the jury. We're going to ask the jury to keep it a little light. Not softball questions, make them hard, make them work for it, make them sweat a little bit. But just for an issue of time, nothing that would take 10 minutes to explain. And obviously, anybody who's in the audience who would like to grab a startup by the arm, get to know them a little better, chat with them a bit, please do. That's why we're here, so people can meet, greet, exchange information, and continue that relationship ongoing through the next few months, all the way down to November, which is going to be our big grand summit in Cape Town, South Africa. getting back more to the point, 3 minutes of pitching, 2 minutes of question and answer per startup. Our first category, which will appear on the screen behind me, is scaling from African continent to Europe. It's a mixed crowd. We've got a French startup I saw, a couple European startups, and a few from the African continent, Nigeria, if I remember well. We got one startup I see, pink shirt, love it. Hard to miss. So as soon as the startups are here, everybody's well fed. I see the seats are getting filled. I appreciate that, guys. Yeah, cool. I could do this all day, as I say. I learned to not tell jokes when I'm on stage because I did that once and 450 people are sitting in front of me and nobody laughed. And that was a tough learning experience. But I was more than happy for the experience. I've learned you do not want to tell jokes up here. Stand-up comedy is actually a really hard job. I mean, basically, you guys get like 3 minutes of it. Imagine doing that for like 45 minutes. But even that, you're judged every 7 seconds. Yeah? Here, you can make a mistake. What I like to remind people is that what you're seeing in 3 minutes represents sometimes 6 months, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years of work. You're seeing that condensed into 3 minutes with 2 minutes of question and answer. And if you're like me, you could talk all day about what you do. And I know these startups are hungry to really get into the details and the meat of it. So I remind you as well, please get in touch with them. When they get off stage, just grab them by the arm. You'll see everybody sitting around at those tables. It's exactly what they're there for. So I hear that we got our startups in order. Yeah. So our startups are ready. They're hot. They're ready. Our first, nope, that's not right. Our first category is scaling from Africa to Europe. So could I get Salubata to come on down, please, and get a round of applause. We've got 3 minutes on the clock, my friend. Here's the microphone. Big green button. Yeah, don't click it yet. When you're ready.
Hello, everyone. Please, can I have your attention? Thank you. Hi, my name is Fela, and I'm the CEO and also a co-founder at Salubata. And at Salubata, our mission is to invent lifestyle technologies that help people and the planet. We presently occupy a niche where we make shoes, modular shoes, from plastic waste. We bootstrapped to date to attain a monthly recurrent revenue of 10,000 and currently have over 350,000 in revenue. We've gone ahead to also validate our course by winning at these global, national, and international competitions. Now, the question surrounds why we do what we do. In a year alone, there are over 381 million tons of plastic waste produced. Sadly, just only about 9% of this waste have ever been recycled, like ever. We got another situation whereby we have a lot of recycling companies around, but the volume of the plastic waste in the environment not only remains constant, but also more. And so what we see is we have more people reusing this waste rather than recycle or upcycle them. It was with this background, my team and I, with a background in environmental science and in shoe design, we started imagining if we could convert all of this plastic waste to footwear. We also realized that the potential for impact is so huge. The global footwear market in 5 years will be worth over $564 billion. Our competitors are currently unicorns, and we anticipate that in the same 5 years, it will become one. We currently have 3 market segments, which entails end customers, retailers, and also private labels. We currently have a patent and design right on this invention. And because we also realize that the downhill impact of these pollutants affect people in the underserved communities, and so we decided to commit 5% of our profits to the cause of empowering women in these regions. Here are the unique propositions. And for every shoe we sell, we offset about 146 kilograms of carbon dioxide equivalent. Now, imagine that with just 1% of the global footwear market, that would mean we'll be able to offset about 82 million tons of carbon dioxide equivalent. That is an equivalent of about 6.5 billion barrels of crude oil. We'll be able to also convert over 6 billion PET plastic waste to shoes and also empower over 282,000 women. We are a team with complementary skill sets necessary to scale our impact. And so here is our journey to date. And we are currently seeking 1 million to scale our manufacturing and also boost customer acquisition. Thank you so much for listening.
All right. All right. Well done. Can you hear me? Yes. Let's hear from our judges.
Yes, so thank you. I would show you something briefly. Thank you. Sorry.
2 minutes, huh?
Sorry. So I need to show you the live demo of the shoes. And so beyond the fact that the shoes are made from plastic waste, they're also modular in form. Modular in the sense that I can readily detach the shoes and have another color attached to it. So I can readily detach this and have as many colors. We have a patent on this. And so our competitors also, some of our competitors also make shoes from plastic waste, but we occupy this niche. And so before you can go ahead to do this, you always have to come to us. And so this is one of our high competitive advantage. So this is a niche we already occupy. It's our patent and design rights.
Or maybe the jury asks, can you go to the slide with the team? Because I want to see their profiles.
Yes.
Thanks.
All right. From my side, since that you have validated the market, what is your short-term growth strategy?
Thank you so much. For us right now, it's really about having a lot of B2b partnerships, and we've started that. Now, as of last week, we had a conversation, a potential deal with PVH, who is the director, the owner of Calvin Klein, and also Tommy Hilfiger, who is also planning to partner with us. And so right now, we're also establishing a whole lot more B2B partnerships, and we currently have about 11 of them in the pipeline. I believe that with that, we'll be able to drive our 10,000 products month on month in the short term.
All right. Last question, I think, with the 5 seconds we have. So why are you doing so much? You're already using waste as a material, but you're also donating to charity, and you're also compensating CO2. Why?
Yeah, thank you so much. So when I commenced the pitch, I said our mission is to invent lifestyle technologies that help people and the planet. So whatever we are doing is an intersection of people and the planet. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Well done, buddy. Come on down. I'll grab that from you. That one and the little clicker. Clicker, clicker. Fantastic. Can I have a Primed eHealth Heritage come on down, please? Are they in the room? Yeah? All right, buddy. Come on down. A round of applause, please. Cheers. Clicker. Got 3 minutes on the clock.
Can I start?
Go ahead.
Okay, good. Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Are Abdul Hafiz. So for Primed, we are here for healthcare. We currently have over 40 hospitals in Nigeria, and we are expanding to Tunisia and Uganda. What do we do? Software as a service. 70 to 80% of hospitals, public hospitals in Nigeria and even West Africa, do not have any formal digital system. So we provided software as a service to hospitals, and then by now, we're actually moving to mobile healthcare. What are the problems? Lack of effective payment in hospitals leading to long queues. If you're in Nigeria, for example, you'll notice that you'll spend 3, 4, 5 hours before you can get access to care. To even make payment, you queue for more than 6, 7 hours sometimes. You queue at the lab, you queue at the pharmacy, you just keep queuing till you get tired. So most people do not want to go to the hospitals. They only go there when they are really, they just go to pharmacy and buy medication and that's it. So we changed that. What did we do? I'll show you what we did. We created a network of hospitals that use digital payments. So we have a mobile app that patients can download. Then we have all of these hospitals that use this mobile app. And now when they get to the hospital, they just, even before getting to the hospital, they can pay the, book for their appointment, they can pay for their lab, pay for their pharmacy, and they're done. When they go there, they just scan their card. They have a smart card. They scan their card, and then the doctor sees them. They go, and they get alert notifications when their results are ready. So this is what this, now this led to the smart queue pay. Now from healthcare, we moved to fintech. We didn't have a choice because again, without payment, you cannot access hospitals in 70 to 80%. Insurance, not so much. Most people actually pay out of pocket. Now with the smart queue payments, we actually came to France. So we're incubated at Bondinov, which was an amazing incubator. And then at Bondinov, we realized that even in Paris, we had lots of people that had siblings back home. And we used this to allow them to send money to Africa. And once they send money, they can access our hospitals, which have onboarded. So in other words, it's a simple system. What are we doing? We're raising €1 million, basically, to scale our marketing team, onboard 10,000 doctors. As of today, we have 1.5 million patients on our systems. We have over 8,000 doctors. This is our own target. We're going to also move from our complicated software as a service to a simple system that just handles appointments. So what we're doing is to create a simple appointment system that we can move to 5, 6, 7 countries in the next 6 months. Our revenue model is basically straightforward. Monthly subscriptions, transactions off the apps, and then we have government approvals in more than 3 countries in Africa already. Thank you.
So, Are,
Yeah, that's fine.
we're good? All right. So, Are, it was a very interesting pitch. Thank you. There's a fourth reason you've come to France, I think, because it's the capital of queuing. So I think they definitely know about your problem here. One question.
Yeah.
Why did you not include insurance companies in your strategy? I'm sure they would love this, and it would allow them to access your market.
Just capacity. We did not accept any funds from investors for a while. It was only this year we felt we were ready. We were funding both from revenue we made and from founders funding. So we did not want to overblow the demography. So we focused on paying patients, but we already have collaborations because the insurance companies still go to the hospital, they use our systems, they still talk to us, but we tell them we'll get to you when we have enough capacity for them. Yeah, so it's just capacity.
It could be very interesting to find European partners that want to go there.
Yes, boss.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Given that you're dealing with confidential information,
Yeah.
your platform, what secure measures or security that is there?
Okay, for us, it would have been cheaper for us to pick up an open system, but because we knew our journey was a 10-year journey, we actually built everything from scratch. We use Google Cloud. I'm going to confess we don't use AWS yet, but if they convince us, we'll actually move to AWS. So we use Google Cloud on one side, we use Flutter, and then we have a whole team that is dedicated on security. So we use remote servers, and then we also use hospital servers, deploy on-site servers. And then we have a full security team that checks data. The last thing is that our data is not exposed to the public except with direct approval from our hospitals. Again, we deal with public hospitals, military hospitals, so we're used to sensitive data. We've been doing this for a while. Thank you.
So my question would be more on your expansion to Tunisia.
Yes.
What are you planning for payments? Because the payment landscape is very different from West Africa.
Yeah, so thank you so much. We got licensed in Tunisia 3 weeks ago. We've had 2 discussions with, so we're not going to do the whole payment ourselves. What we plan to do is to collaborate with the existing payment system and integrate it at the back end. And they will handle the payment. We just handle transactions in hospitals, basically.
All right, well done. Big round of applause, please. Come on down. Well done.
Thank you.
Pleasure's all mine. All right, can we have Kraft Merce come on down? Oh, she's ready. She's ready. Big round of applause, please. Come on up. Oh, come on, you're excited. I'm nervous. Here you go.
Start? Okay. Good morning, everyone. So I guess I'm going to wait for the timers.
Don't wait for the time, just go.
Okay, my name is Sarah Jabara, and I'm the co-founder and CTO for Craftmers. Craftmers is a sustainable and ethical, it's a B2b platform that connects sustainable and ethical brands to international retailers worldwide, hereby revolutionizing how these sellers and buyers within this fragmented market interact. Consumer demands are changing, and consumers want to purchase ethically made products, products made out of sustainable processes. And what Craftmers has been able to do, we've created a data-driven approach where through our platform, we've been able to connect these sustainable platforms to these international wholesalers, while also creating access to credit financing for these brands to be able to access pre-production cost and also net payment terms for retailers to be able to afford these products. Okay. So, during our beta testing, we tested with about 20 retailers and 100 brands. And since our launch in April, we have been able to onboard 672 brands onto the platform with over 17,000 products. And we've been able to secure 3 partnerships, 1 in logistics and 2 with credit financing services who help with the financial arm of it. The global handicraft market is a $1 trillion market, and it's estimated to grow on a 20% year-on-year growth. And our serviceable obtainable market, it's 2.5 billion. So that is the market by which we're playing in. Our business model is simple. We take a 15% commission of every product or every transaction done on the platform, and we stay as light as we can. We take 0 inventory. Our competitive advantage is simple. We have played in this space for a long time. We have the domain knowledge, we have experience, and unique products, which is being vetted by our esteemed team. Our team at Craftmers has an experience of over a decade, with I being a full-stack developer who has worked in e-commerce and building e-commerce platforms that have gone to do over $1 million in revenue. And my co-founder, who's a multi-award-winning textile personnel with experience in sales and growth. Combined with our other teams, we've been able to craft this niche of connecting small businesses to retailers outside of their comfort zone who purchase in wholesale. Our go-to-market strategy is simple. We have proven digital methods. We have communities that we've built over the years, community of retailers and groups who started with us small, and we've been able to grow them over time. We are actually raising a $1 million pre-seed funds, and our ask is we're looking for strategic angel investors and VCs who understand our niche and our branding, who would like to come on our round to help with funds and also intros to talent, because talent is quite necessary to build out this platform. Thank you.
Okay, let's hear from our jury. Well done.
So I see most, the big part of your go-to-market strategy is quite digitized, using emailing, etc. What happens to, for example, handicraft actors who are not very digitized? How would you bring them to this, to your platform?
Thank you very much. Before COVID, our idea of reaching out to retailers was through trade shows, cold emailings, and we've also had groups that we've worked with over time who we've had referrals to. So what we did at the start of Craftmers was to ensure we reached out to groups of retailers in different niches that we had serviced over the years from our individual networks, and we introduced our brands to them. That was during our beta testing. So we started small. We only digitalized when we realized we were expanding and we couldn't really reach out to people one-on-one. So we still attend trade shows. We do digital paid adverts. We reach out through cold emailing. We do sample sending to ensure that they get a test and feel of every product that is being sent to them. So it's a one-on-one business thing.
So, Cynthia, you're a platform company. It's very important for platform companies to work on their supply side. Yeah. Basically, important platform company rule is to make sure that 95% of the demand questions can be satisfied. Do you have a strategy on this?
The strategy we've taken on board is this. The first things we did was, these sustainable brands, these are brands that have been doing products vetted over years. We sampled their products. There has been referrals even from them. Some of them we worked with in small batches. And as for retailers, we are members of retail organizations, which we tested with during our beta testing. Like, this is what we have, these are the products. And it has grown over time, so it has been organic growth over the years. And since we launched in April, being able to bring in 672 brands has been, and we have brands cut across 13 African countries right now.
That's a great answer. Thanks you.
All right, well done. Come on down. All right, let's get FCB.ai come on down with a big round of applause. You know the name of the game. Fantastic. Here's the clicker, big green button. Start when you're ready.
Cool. No presentation, but it's okay. I'm Antoine, I'm the co-founder and CEO of FCB.ai, and we are what we call the revenue machine. We developed pretty much the best sales and servicing agent specifically for the financial industry. Yay, ta-da! Cool, so on average, just a little bit our traction, we generate about 40% plus of customers and reduce operational cost of our clients of about 60%. We have now 30 clients, including 7 of the top 10 banks and insurers in Africa and Europe. And in June, now, we just reached for the first time 110,000 euros of monthly recurring revenue, on path to be profitable by September 2022. In the financial industry, the problem is we see a lot of friction, a lot of drop friction in customer experience to achieve opening a bank account, to achieve a sale in the financial industry, like a car insurance policy, for example. As a result, a lot of customers lose prospects, customers are churning, they're not retained, and it's very expensive to manage and maintain sales and servicing. And that's where we bridge the gap. We combine integration into the best channels that customers love, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, with automation of processes. So being able to KYC someone, being able to sign digitally a contract, process a payment, all that combined together create that fantastic customer experience. 4 products that we have, only 4, reaching uncontactables. 1 lead out of 2 in the financial industry does not get contacted for many different reasons. We bridge that gap. Onboarding with KYC, being able to sell an insurance policy on WhatsApp in less than 30 seconds. That's what we do. Retaining customers and recovery. We designed a no-code platform that can design those customer experience very quickly, but supercharged by 35 plus partners that are unique in the industry in order to achieve those objectives. This is the revenue model, SaaS plus performance fee. So I'm going to just unpack a little bit the performance fee. We become the like of a digital broker, getting a commission on each and every sale generated. Therefore, on a car insurance policy, we can get up to 300 euros as a commission for 1 sale generated. So imagine the potential market. It's a $5 trillion industry that we can tap into. Couple of our clients, you probably know a couple of those logos, MTN in Africa, Betway as a betting company, Sanlam in Africa, ABSA, Aegon Santander in Portugal, Ageas in Portugal, and so on. So quite major players in Africa, both Africa and Europe. The vision we have, companies will manage the majority of their sales and customers through platform that integrates conversations and process automation. And we call that interaction process automation. So the systems are automated and the interaction and the best customer journey are put together. This is our team, combined 80 years of experience in the financial industry, technology, and business growth. And we're raising our Series A. We're launching this literally today. 6 million euros to grow across different markets in Africa as well as Europe. Thank you very much.
All right, well done, well done, well done. So let's hear from the jury, 2 minutes.
I'm ready.
Hi, Anthony.
Hi.
When you run your updates, given that your value proposition is more on customer services?
Sales.
Sales.
Yes.
What happens in the back end? Like if you run your updates in your back end, what happens during that downtime?
We put updates. I mean, we pretty much are like almost an IT business, right? We have a schedule of updates and literally double servers that are never going down. So you have the backup server that are taking over when we update, and then we put we update the links, if that makes sense. So there's very little downtime from that perspective. I hope I answered the question.
So when you're selling financial products,
Yes.
your biggest risk is regulatory. You'll probably be heavily scrutinized, and it's different in every market. And could you say something about this? How do you protect your company against that influence?
Yeah, very good question. So first of all, we don't sell ourselves a brand. We work for much like big established businesses that want to sell digitally, right? So we go behind them to operate with the regulatory. The only challenge we have is obviously protection of data, because data goes through our systems. And that's why we both GDPR and the local South African compliance called POPI Act compliant. But that's really where we position ourselves from that perspective.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, really interesting. So maybe if you can give us some word on who are your competitors?
Yes, I have a slide for that.
It was
So we really have two types of competitors. The first one is what we call robotic process automation, right? So it's really operating in the back end. And on the other side is more of those chatbots that are not really ready to manage end-to-end experiences. And that's where we bridge the gap. Between the two, you have that platform that combines conversational abilities and RPA to really achieve end-to-end experiences. Sure.
All right, well done. Come on down, buddy. We'll handle the slides, it's all right. Thank you. All right, just to my right, ready to go, microphone in hand, clicker, take the stage, Ubuntu Express. Big green button. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Umar Bars. I'm the co-founder and the CEO of Urbanta Express. Delivering packages in Africa is a complete nightmare. The process is expensive, unreliable, and sluggish. To send a parcel from a city to the next, it can cost up to $40. The parcels are often lost with no trackability and no accountability, and it can take up to 3 days. To solve this, rather than a new technology, we was actually looking at something very old. Urbanta is a cutting-edge technology that has been around for 5,000 years. Urbanta Express is a web and mobile platform that connects e-commerce, retailers, businesses, and individuals with independent and casual carriers that will handle the deliveries from point to point. To start a journey, a client requests a delivery using our app or can go directly to a convenient nearby relay point. Once a day, the independent agent packs the item into a Urbanta-branded parcel and attaches a shipping label that contains a unique online tracking barcode. And then our machine learning algorithm determines an optimized route for that parcel all the way to the end destination. A motorbike rider, or passenger, a bus, taxi, or truck driver will then bring that parcel to the next relay point. And that process iterates over and over until the very last mile delivery. At that point, the recipient uses a unique 4-digit PIN code to confirm the receipt of the parcel. Since we launched in Senegal over 3 years ago, we have onboarded a resilient mesh network of over 1,200 relay points and over 1,600 independent and casual carriers. We're delivering for over 460 business clients. One of them is Odeka Oil, one of the largest oil companies in Senegal, and another is Wikari, one of the largest courier services in Senegal. Why would the largest corporate in Senegal use us? And why would one of our competitors use us? Because we provide a guaranteed delivery at 40% cheaper and twice as fast than existing solutions. On average, we charge $6 per delivery. We pay 50% to the carriers and another 25% to the relay point. And we keep the remaining 25% as our income. We also do charge supplemental insurance for parcels up to $100. We're currently delivering over 150,000 parcels in a month, and we are nearly generating $1 million as a revenues per month. There are 7.2 million parcels sent formally and 25 million parcels informally every year, and that's just in Senegal. For the rest of Africa, no one knows how big the market is. It's over 20 billion. Thank you.
All right, all right, all right. Well done. Let's hear from our jury.
So what are you asking for from investors?
All right, so
Helping you a little bit.
all right, so we're currently looking to raise our Series A, 30 million. Typically, it's a gross round. We have a lead candidate which is willing to give us a 15 million term sheet even before we ask for a term sheet. And we're looking to complete the other 15%. You know, to scale, we typically have a footprint in over 21 African countries and 8 office presence, including South Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, and home markets. And we're looking to expand in all 54 African markets.
Okay, great. Hands up, who wants to talk?
So we already started a few conversations. Thank you so much.
No, my question was more on the expansion strategy, but you answered it.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right. How much have you guys de-risked in terms of financial value? Because I heard that you're asking for 30 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. In terms of your investment as founders or the team, how much have you guys put forward so far?
So yes. So we nearly went from a single country, Senegal. We started delivering our first parcels at the end of 2018. We went from delivering 50 parcels a day to now we're just delivering 150. So we have been bootstrapping, and of course we have completed was just a single seed round of $1.2 million. And we went from 1 country to 21 countries. So we are one of the fastest scaling African startups. And of course, what's crazy about it is we went from a Francophone country, Senegal, and directly to Anglophone countries. We bridged that language barrier frontier.
All right. The last one will be on the part of delivery vehicles. Is it your own vehicles or you subcontract that part?
So we're asset light. We do not have our own trucks, but we leverage on an agent network and independent casual carriers. Thank you so much.
All right, fantastic. Well done, Urbanta Express. All right, our last startup for this category is Bizao. No, not you. Bizao, why don't you come on down? At least I got some music to play me out. Do we have a hand on Bizao from the Ivory Coast? Yes, he's coming down. Big round of applause while he makes it to the stage. It always feels good. Microphone in hand, big green button.
Thank you. Yes. Hello, everyone. Happy to see you here. Started this 3 years ago. We are a mobile payment infrastructure, and we also provide financial services for Africa. The objective is to build a payment railway for local and international companies. So the problem we are addressing is simple but complex at the same time. Unless you only went to Nigeria, where there's a lot of credit card, and South Africa, any other country in the continent looks like this. You can pay with cards. 5% of the people have a card, so it's not a lot. Or you can use mobile money. There's 4 or 5 wallets. Or you can use airtime, which is your basically phone credit. So if you're a game provider and you want to target Africa in one country, you have to integrate all those payment methods. Good luck. I don't know any one of them who did it by themselves. It's too complex. If you're an e-commerce company, same stuff. If you have a shop, same. If you're a bank, you also have to work with the mobile money because you only own 15%. So this is really complex. What we've done is we've made it very simple. There's a single platform covering all payment methods in many countries, 10 countries actually in Francophone Africa, covering WIMU region as well as CIMAC region. We're also now entering North Africa. We cover 200 million customers, and we have all payment methods. Of course, we are targeting all the various verticals, whether it's content, travel, retail, financial services, utilities, and most importantly, we cover the 3 steps of the value chain. Basically, we are the payment gateway, but we're also processing the money, because there is no central bank moving the money from one telco to the other and to your bank. So we are the one doing that through our own bank account, which is kind of crazy, but we do it. And we also do the acquisition of merchants. On top of that infrastructure, we provide the financial services, which are the classic payment page, which you have on the web page or on an app. We also integrate our APIs into mobile point of sale, or classic point of sale. Any kind of device, actually. We are compatible with any, and we work with banks for that. We don't own the devices. We also provide a service for companies to pay the salaries on, directly on the mobile money accounts. And we also work with international money transfer companies to send the money directly to mobile money. 60 million euro processed over the last 12 months, 75% growth over Q1. And the team is based in Paris, Abidjan, and Dakar. Thank you.
All right, well done. Let's hear from our jury members.
I spoke to a lot of African neobanks recently, and they're all very enthusiastic about crypto money. Do you want to do something with that in the future?
So currently, we do have a number of fintechs who are our customers in Côte d'Ivoire and Cameroon, and they provide a platform to buy and to sell crypto. And we are the payment gateway so that you can buy crypto through mobile money or credit card, or you can sell it.
So they're on your customer side right now?
Currently, yes.
So did you, you said nothing in your pitch about looking for an investment or having an ask to the audience. Do you have one?
No, we're not raising right now. But we are happy to talk to each one of you, but we're not raising right now.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I've seen it twice, basically yesterday and today. And my question would be, so you said you're not raising, but what are the next steps?
So currently, you'll see, of course, an announcement in a few weeks. And the purpose is to grow our market share in Francophone Africa, basically, making sure that we own sort of a leadership position, I guess, because we are very proud of our tech, which has been created when I was at Orange in the time, and I switched to the entrepreneurship, but I kept the tech, so it's very solid. So we're going to continue investing in our development team, which is based in Dakar. We're going to expand to many more countries, but all that stuff will be revealed in the short term. Well, to some extent, with the problem we're solving right now applies to the whole continent. To some limits in South Africa and Nigeria because you have more banking penetration, but still, I think we can cover most of the countries, so we'll be opportunistic.
All right, well done. Well done. Let me get that microphone and that clicker. You can hang out with me here if you'd like.
No, it's fine, thank you.
Clicker?
Yep.
Fantastic. All right, so all those startups you just saw were going from Africa and scaling up to Europe. But what we like about this event is that we're all about the cooperation, collaboration, and making things move. So the next group of startups you're going to see are going to be European startups that are going to be scaling towards Africa. So without further ado, and we're going to thank our juries because I don't think we need them anymore. We're going to change juries. Big round of applause for our jury members. Clap, 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 clap. You can get up and... Rupa or Nathaniel, do we have our next jury coming down? I got a thumbs up. I love when I see thumbs ups. Fantastic. Just get a little bit of music in there. Just to check in with you guys, we do have our app where all of these pitches and all the content is going to be available on the app, available on the Google Play Store and the, what do they call that? The Apple Store? The App Store? Jeez. What a place like this. I got 2 thumbs for technology. I'll tell you my dirty secret is that I'm on all left hands when it comes to mobile phones and websites and things like that. All right. Settling in, getting ready. Just getting those jury seats in. How are we finding the event so far? How are we liking all these pitches? We get some applause? Yeah, I like the claps? Yeah? No? Oh, yeah, there we go. With all these smiling faces, I can't imagine that I can't get a decent applause out of you guys. Come on. All right. So Nathaniel, The man of the hour, ladies and gentlemen, Nathaniel. Maybe give him a round of applause too, making all this happen. We got all our jury members? Cool, fantastic. So as I said, we're looking at startups now that are scaling from Europe into Africa. So the first on the list, without further ado, is going to be EnduroSat. Come on down. I love when that happens. All right, what we have jury. What about the startups, Nathaniel? Nathaniel. All right. So if I'm not mistaken, our first startup, EnduroSat, does come from Bulgaria. Based in Bulgaria. I could almost like, don't want to do their pitch for them. Do we have the EnduroSat? Come on down, buddy. That's your moment. All right, here you go. Different startup. What startup are you?
Let's check. Ukudo.
Ukudo. Round of applause for Ukudo. We'll get used to this. It's all right. We're going to be doing this all afternoon. Microphone's on. 3 minutes on the clock. It's all yours.
Thank you. So the internet was built for anonymity. So, and what we're seeing right now is with the change that's happening, that organizations are moving towards providing services on the internet. So whether it's banking services, government organizations, telcos, it's the question of how can I serve my customers instantly? And this is the problem that we're solving today. We're bringing trust, transparency, and inclusivity to the world of identity and enable all the different organizations to be able to serve their customers without any friction. So how can we remove the friction from the experience? We've launched in January 2020, and since then, we've actually been expanding around the region. So we're focusing in the Middle East and Africa region. So we today able to provide and support all of our customers across EMEA. But in the 12 countries that you see in the board, we're actually able to verify and authenticate identities and able to provide you with services that also that support the regulatory, all of the regulatory players in these markets, which is again give us a very unique proposition that we are not only scaling into this market, but we're helping the scale-ups, we're helping the banks, we're helping the telcos to go into these different markets. And it's not about digital onboarding, it's about an identity layer. What you really need is a layer that enables you to verify whether it's an ID and integrate with the different, with your infrastructure, and also to authenticate, because also you need to verify and authenticate and keep that momentum going. And this is why our business model is around how we can actually provide SaaS services, and it is licensed per customer per year. And again, regardless of your method or verification, we will support you across these. Again, we have a 10 million licenses that we have with our customers, 35 experts, and we managed to get into 1 million ARR within 8 months since we've launched. So that was 8 months ago. We have been number of awards and recognitions, and we're looking to raise $3 million. Thank you.
All right, well done. Let's hear from our jury.
Hi. Yeah, this is working. Use of funds. Can you just explain a little bit how you will use the money that you want to raise?
So to help us expand into the other markets. So as I mentioned today, we're in 12 countries, and we want to go to another 10 countries in the African continent, especially in the Francophone speaking countries, and also enable, I think the important part is there are few challenges that you need to address within the African continent. Number one, not everyone has got an ID. And we have to think of the problem differently. And what we're doing is we are able to verify people through their biometric. What that gives you, if someone comes with an ID that you cannot well verify, you can actually take that biometric and enable to onboard them. So that gives you the ability to bring people without proper documentation, give them services, let them build that credit, let them build that KYC during the journey that they're having with you, and we can also enable them to get into more than one customer. Sorry, they can go to more than one of our partner networks that work with us, because you can start to build an alternative credit, an alternative verification, and that's what we are working on.
Okay, so I just want to close out on that. That was part of the question. What is the use of funds? Because I would imagine in the market that you want to penetrate is exactly that problem. So how do you get your customers to trust your data? Because of the challenges you've just explained.
Sorry, could you repeat the question? Sorry, just to make sure
So
I'm answering correctly.
how do you get your customers that you're selling to, like the banks, etc., the telcos, to trust the data because of the problems you've just explained?
Yeah, so in some countries, for example, one of the things that we're very strong at is the contactless within the identity card. Believe it or not, a lot of the countries that we work with, it actually has a contactless chip on the card, and we actually build the technology that enables us to verify and authenticate these cards. We also integrate with the national registry for all of these countries. So that enables us to provide the ability to verify these identities. Yeah, thank you.
All right, well done. Come on down. Cheers. And got the clicker. All right, our next startup scaling from Europe to Africa is Hadada Global Limited. Big round of applause for Hadada Global Limited. Clicker in hand. Green one.
Here, right?
The other side. Big green.
Okay. All right. Hi. So I'm the CEO and co-founder of HADA. So our vision at HADA is really to build the plate for Africa. So what are we doing and why are we doing it? So we started originally in Cameroon, where we wanted to build a lending product. Yeah, sorry. And we noticed that it is really hard to access financial data in real time and clean financial data. So that's why, and that's how HADA started. We decided to pivot to Nigeria to build an API infrastructure product because high interest rate prevent borrowers to access affordable loan products. And on the other hand, lenders do face a high defaulting rate due to the lack of access to real-time and clean financial data. So our solution is we are building an infrastructure to connect the lenders to MSMEs, SMEs, and also consumers across alternative data and also traditional financial data. So how our product works. We have at our core a universal API connecting the lenders across all the banks in Nigeria, which is our go-to-market. On top of that, we also have here an analytical layer in-house, providing insights on income patterns, risk behavior to lenders on their borrowers. So the value that they get from there is access to more borrowers to enhance credit decision, access to more borrowers due to the increase of the market size by tapping into the underserved, and finally, decrease the risk by informing the credit decision better. So right now, how does that work? We have on the left-hand side all the banking data sources that you see here: banking data, social media data, credit bureau, e-commerce, cooperative, and KYC. We digest the data, we enrich the data, and you see here on the right-hand side all the products that we are fetching out to lenders, ranging from entity, transaction, to income, risk, and payment. The way that we differentiate ourselves from the competition is really by three main things. So traditional data that our competitors do provide at the moment, but also alternative data, allowing the lenders to really tap into the underserved market, which is really still cash-driven at the moment. And also, we plan to get into payment as well, tokenized. So
how do we charge and how do we make money? So we have a subscription model with 3 components: an annual recurring fee, a volume-based package, and our upsell on our analytic APIs as well. So our revenue production. All right. Any questions?
All right. Hey, exactly. Let's go to the jury for some questions.
Yep.
Yeah, hi, thank you very
Hi.
much for your presentation. Can you tell us something about the team working on it?
Yeah, sure. So it's shown in time, right? But our team, so we have a team of 5 co-founders, 3 of us based in Lagos, Nigeria. So we have the former head of product from Axerex, which is a big POS fintech company. We have also our CTO and myself based in London. So we are 5 co-founders at the moment, and surrounded by a team of advisors, including the CEO of Ghana.
Can you talk to us a little bit about your current traction?
Yeah, sure. So we have completed our MVP in Q3 2021. We raised pre-seed. Last year from our institutional investor. We are right now connected to 17 banks in Nigeria. We are in talk to integrate with commercial partnerships with 2 major banks in Nigeria as well. And we are right now acquiring our 3 first-paying customers.
There's another question. So your growth plans, can you talk us through that, and then also talk to us a little bit about how you get around the banking licenses, if applicable or not?
Yeah, sure. So right now, we do not need any banking license because we are really a read-only company on the financial data, and we do analytics on top of that. So we do not need a banking license at the moment, at least in Nigeria where we operate. And about our growth plan, so we plan to go into Ghana and Kenya by Q4 this year, and then Rwanda next year by Q1. So this is really our expansion plan with now a focus in Nigeria on the lenders and also microfinance banks.
And what's your ask?
Yeah, so we are looking to raise 3 million seed round by the end of the year. Thank you.
All right, well done. Come on down, buddy. Come on down. Big round of applause. Thank you. Take that and that. Well done. Coming up next, we've got Me Mobile Ecosystems. I see him ready. He's coming down. Big round of applause. A bigger round of applause. What about that? There you go. Yeah.
Okay, I will go for it.
Yeah, just go for it, bud.
So my name is Christian Massoyi. I'm living in France. My company is Me Mobile Ecosystem. So what we have created is a revolution. Not something that you don't know. You know it. It's a mobile phone. But we are not talking about the device. We are here to tackle some problems that we have in Africa. 70% of the population is unbanked. Why? Because we are not able to provide any KYC. No KYC, no banking, no microcredit, no development. So the starting point will be our capability to put this revolution in the hands of all Africans. How can we do that? It's simple. We are not looking to create a new device, a competition with Samsung, Apple, or whatever. It's just to say this is a vehicle, a new digital vehicle. And what we will do as Me is to create a digital identity for each African coming into the platform, because we have a service platform that is embedded. Starting from their ID, we create an identity that will provide this KYC, and that will be used as an SSO for all the servers that are integrated. And All About Me is about you. Cooperation. Cooperation with B2B, cooperation with fintech, cooperation with organization where we start to take all the services that are already existing to integrate it very simply in one unique platform. One single digital ID, one platform, multiple services. This is about their life. And we will not
learn to African how to live with digital. No, no, no. They are already doing. We will take their life that is informal to make it formal with digital. And with formalization, we can have more tracks. We can start to have credit scoring and all the things that will help people to get more. We have a team, a big team, engineers, people from blockchain specialists, people from mobile telecom industry. I'm coming from mobile telecom. I was working for Ericsson first, then Sony, more than 20 years. So I know all about, but Africa is different. We need to understand how people are living. And in order to succeed, we won't do the things by our own. What we will do is to connect with big organizations like Youth Connect Africa, we are a partner, that already have programs to promote youth, to promote women, to promote entrepreneurship. We integrate all this audience in the program, and in the same side, we go to private, banks, service partners, health. Everything that you can do can be inside. That's why me, it's not about me. Me, it's about you. If you have a service, if you have something that you want to run in Africa, come on, join us and we will do. What we need now to be supported by VC to be able to do from this MVP a business reality. That's it.
All right, well done. Well done, well done. Let's hear from our jury members.
Thank you very much. And why do you think, what makes you different from your competitors? Because I saw a short slide that you have identified some, but we didn't have time to see it. So what do you think you can offer that the rest are not offering?
You know, we can consider the business in two different ways. To say we're the first and we're going to fight everybody. I am different. What I believe, what you're doing, I'm not. I'm just a bridge between what you're doing and the consumer. We are building a consumer-centric vision where we try to optimize what the people are doing by saying we have the vehicle. You know, we have vehicle manufacturers. They are not doing, you know, wheels or different parts of the vehicle. It's the same for us. We are bringing a vehicle, but maybe there are elements that need to come from different partners. We are partnering everybody. That could be government, that could be private partners, that could be organization. We're in.
I always ask the traction question. Can you talk to us about traction, and if not yet, who are you speaking to? How's the feedback? And where will you get your revenue from?
So it's already there. In fact, I won't be in front of you if I had nothing. We already partnered with Youth Connect Africa, maybe you know. It's a program from UNDP that is empowering youth and entrepreneurship. They are already in 25 countries. What we're going to do in October, we launch the solution with them at their summit, and we will be proposing after an expansion following their programs. So my idea is not to say I will take money to do marketing and to do big adverts. No, 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 no. We're going to deep and dive into programs where people are already there, giving the tool in order to accelerate. And you know, mobile phone is everywhere. Everybody needs a mobile phone.
All right, all right, all right. Come on down. Well done, bud. Get that clicker. He's got too many devices, this poor guy. All right, let me hear from Kamadu. Is that correct? Yes, come on down. I looked at the name 2 seconds ago and it went right out of my head. Did I say it right? Kamau. All right, big round of applause for Kamau.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to talk about aquaculture. No. That's the last one. So I need to move from the first. Okay. So that's not the right presentation, but it's okay. Fisheries and aquaculture employ up to 10% of the world's population. Women account for about half of the workforce in small-scale fisheries and aquaculture, and it represents 17% of the global animal source protein. Africa is producing about 7% of the total aquaculture production, Europe 10%, and of course we have Asia with 34%, and China is the giant. That's the global aquaculture production for the last 30 years. And the aquaculture part was about 6% in the 60s from the total fish consumption, and it's now about more than 50%, from 6 to 54, 55%. That's the projected fish production from the FAO. For the next 10 years, we have almost 50% of a growing market, with, of course, Egypt and Nigeria leading the course. The priority should be to further develop aquaculture in Africa and in other regions where population growth will challenge food systems most. What the farmers do is they collect data about movement, feedings, weight samplings, mortalities, water parameters, and so on, but to manage their farm, they need inventories, recommendation, key performance indicator, forecasts, consolidation, automatic reporting, IoT, and so on, and that's what we do. That's the team, that's 50 farms, French farms, using the service daily, mainly truth farmers. We designed the first SaaS worldwide for aquaculture 10 years ago, and I founded the company 5 years ago to market the service. Our mission is to innovate for aqua farmers and for the global food safety. That's what we do. We do cloud computing. We are linked with IoT, traceability. We could do blockchain, notification, data consolidation for plants, machine learning. We do machine learning as well, and performance analysis. That's an example of a farm in Mozambique. Our revenue comes from monthly subscriptions, starting at 50 euros per month, all inclusive. We do some specific developments as well, and we hope to do in the future anonymized benchmarking reports for the industry. We candidate for the soft landing program in South Africa. That's a slide about that. We would focus on mobile development. I can have a few pictures at the end.
Let's leave us with the pictures. Big round of applause. Let's go to the jury.
Oh, it's back. So 2 questions from my side, and then I'll shut up. The first one is, if you can just go back to your pricing model.
Yes.
Just explain that a little bit more, and who's the paying customer there?
Okay.
And secondly, your projection for growth.
Okay. So the paying customers are the farmers themselves. They pay according to the yearly production, so it's 50 euros per month for production that are under 50 tons a year, and after 100 euros until 100 tons a year, and after 150 euros. So that's linked with the production, the volume of production. The farmers pay, and we have 20 customers that represent 50 farms. The average revenue for each customer is 1,200 euros. And so we moved from 2 to 20, and now we want to move to 20 to 200. Next step will be 2,000, but first step is 200. Another question? Actually, that's mainly for fish, but we have frog hatcheries, we have sturgeon, we have shrimp, sea cucumbers, and so on. So aqua farms. We deal with water, and I think it's a good thing to have a few pictures of farms in the middle of Paris. Okay.
I've got one more from my curiosity. Is the data in any how going to be available also for the consumer?
Yeah. Actually, France is a very specific market with retail that has a huge power, but most of the farmers accept to send all the data about the fish of the lot to the end customers. So it's really, the retail just need to send it to the end customer.
All right, well done, buddy. Big round of applause. Come on down this way. Take that from you. Right. We have our next startup ready. Oh, right, no, we're changing tracks. That's what it is. Right, so that we just heard of all the startups that are coming from Europe and going down to Africa, get that circular motion going throughout the continents, making people meet and greet. The next little bit, mes amis, vu qu'on est à Paris et en France, est-ce qu'il y a des francophones dans la place? Pas beaucoup. Oh, on lève la main, on applaudit un petit peu pour les francophones, les Français, les étrangers, les francophones. Parce que le prochain track, les prochains groupes des startups, ça va être tout en français, donc francophone. Monsieur Nathaniel, do we have all of our jury members ready? Yes, thank you very much, jury president. That was all we need from you. Big round of applause for them. Big round of applause for our jury. We do have some awards sitting right over there, some lucky winners of the day. Nathaniel, do we have our jury members? Oui, on a le jury. Hey, how's it going, bud? Yes, we got one. We got two. We got two. All right, he's just checking the jury in. So the next group of startups, I think there are about 5 or 6 of them, are going to be francophone, again, looking to scale. They're from diverse backgrounds with diverse asks. Some are early stage pre-seed, all the way through larger growth startups. All right. Are we having a good time so far? Are we enjoying Paris? Geez, guys. Catching you guys in the heat in Paris summer after lunch, it's a tough sell for me, huh? Are we all digesting after the finger food and the snacks and everything? There are coffee machines located around the event stage. Please check in with Nespresso. Do we still do that George Clooney, like, what else? Or is that like from 10 years ago, I feel like? It is 10 years ago, isn't it? Still relevant, still culturally relevant. All right, good. We've got our jury. We got our francophone tracks. Are our startups ready? Are we hungry? Are we good? Can I get a round of applause, please? That's right. Thank you very much. Can I welcome down on the stage Vanellope? Yes? Uh-oh, don't come with bad news, Europa. No, it's good news. Vanellope? Yes, she's coming down. A big round of applause. You can put that anywhere. All right, a little bit of music to play you up, but you have to come up dancing, though. That's the only problem.
Alors, bonjour à tous, je m'appelle Liven Diamar, je suis cofondatrice de VanillaPay, qui est une start-up fintech basée à Madagascar et qui a été créée en 2018. VanillaPay, en fait, c'est une start-up qui a mis en place une plateforme qui agrège les paiements mobiles à Madagascar. En 2021, nous avons multiplié par 7 notre chiffre d'affaires et actuellement, on commence à être rentable. Toujours sur cette même lancée, nous souhaitons lancer un nouveau projet à l'international qui est un service de paiement pour les touristes et les voyageurs d'affaires. Est-ce que vous savez que pour les touristes qui viennent dans certains pays, dès qu'ils arrivent à l'aéroport, donc ils doivent soit échanger, soit effectuer des retraits en monnaie locale dans les distributeurs automatiques. Et ensuite, partout où ils vont, ils doivent payer en espèces, ce qui n'est pas du tout rassurant pour eux. Alors, VanillaPay propose une solution qui est un service de paiement pour les touristes internationaux. Donc, il suffit pour les touristes d'alimenter gratuitement son compte e-wallet. Et deuxièmement, ils peuvent payer directement les opérateurs touristiques locaux. Et ensuite, ils peuvent se faire rembourser le montant qui n'a pas été dépensé durant leur séjour. Comme business model, donc, nous prenons 3% de commission par transaction. Et avant le Covid, on comptait plus de 200 millions de touristes qui ont visité l'Afrique, l'Asie du Sud et l'Amérique du Sud. Et dans un premier temps, nous tablons 2 millions de touristes pour utiliser notre service. Et plus tard, c'est-à-dire dans 5 ans, nous comptons atteindre les 20 millions de touristes. Alors, pour les touristes, sur les 20 millions de touristes, ils dépensent en moyenne 500 € par touriste. Donc, et cela fera un volume de transactions de 10 milliards d'euros par an, avec un bénéfice brut de 300 millions d'euros pour Vanilla Pay. Alors,
All right, well done. Big round of applause. Let's hear from the jury members.
1, 2. Merci déjà pour la présentation. J'avais une question au niveau de la blockchain. Est-ce que tu peux nous expliquer un peu en quoi la blockchain est utile dans ton projet?
Au fait, le blockchain, c'est pour sécuriser les transactions. Donc, par exemple, on compte utiliser le blockchain privé et du coup, on ne peut pas falsifier les transactions, on ne peut pas faire du fraude par rapport aux transactions.
D'ailleurs, ouais, en parlant de technologie, tu n'as pas mentionné les personnes qui étaient dans ton équipe. Est-ce que tu peux nous en dire plus sur ton équipe?
Alors, oui, effectivement. Donc, l'équipe Vanilla Pay est composée principalement de 3 cofondateurs, qui est Andran Germanamiad, qui est notre CEO. Donc, lui, il est certifié en monnaie digitale et a travaillé pendant plusieurs années avec la Banque mondiale sur différents projets. Sandrine Ramarson, qui est notre CTO, donc elle est diplômée en MBDS à l'université de Nice, Sophia Antipolis, et elle est actuellement sur le point de terminer son MBA. Et moi-même, donc, j'avais travaillé depuis plusieurs années sur différents projets mobile money. Voilà.
Bonjour, est-ce que tu peux nous expliquer comment tu arrives au chiffre de 20 millions d'utilisateurs en 5 ans? C'est quoi la stratégie, s'il te plaît?
D'accord. En fait, comme je disais tout à l'heure, donc, pour les pays que j'ai cités, c'est-à-dire Afrique, Amérique du Sud et Asie du Sud, on comptait avant le Covid 200 millions de touristes qui voyageaient dans ces pays-là. Et donc nous, dans le court terme, on table 2 millions de touristes et puis après 5 ans, ce sera 20 millions.
All right, well done. Come on down. Big round of applause. Thank you so much. I'll take that and that. All right, notre prochaine startup qui vient de Tunisie, c'est Split. C'est Split. Il est dans la house. Elle? Il? Non, il part. Ah, le voilà, le Split. Come on down, my friend. Big green button.
Yes, merci. Bonjour tout le monde. Alors, je m'appelle Asdin Shlif, je suis le CEO et cofondateur de Split. Du coup, en Afrique, on a des millions et des millions de voitures qui sortent chaque jour, mais avec des autosolistes. C'est un peu le même problème qu'il y a en France, mais je vais vous expliquer pourquoi c'est différent. Ces millions de personnes-là, de l'autre côté, on a d'autres passagers, des personnes qui attendent des bus ou des métros qui ne viennent pas, qui justement souffrent du problème des transports publics en Afrique. Et si on devait résumer en fait les routes africaines, ça serait des autosolistes, donc des conducteurs particuliers, des taxis qui sont réservés généralement pour une seule personne, des bus d'agences de voyage qui sont utilisés que pour un usage touristique, des chauffeurs privés avec des agences de location de voitures, ou encore des motos avec des conducteurs. Donc, la question, c'est pourquoi est-ce qu'on ne centraliserait pas toutes ces personnes dans une seule et même application afin que les passagers puissent splitter le coût du trajet et le temps qu'ils vont mettre justement à se déplacer. Et ben, c'est ce qu'on a fait. On a développé une application de covoiturage qui utilise justement ce principe-là pour l'appliquer avec tous les usages de transport existants dans chaque pays. Donc en fait, l'application, c'est simple. Un conducteur propose un trajet avec un départ, une arrivée et un horaire. Et par la suite, les passagers vont pouvoir choisir le trajet qui les intéresse le plus selon le prix, la localisation du conducteur, l'heure du départ, la notation, le confort de la voiture ou encore si le conducteur est vérifié ou non. On a lancé cette application il y a plus de 7 mois. Aujourd'hui, on a déjà plus de 65 000 téléchargements, dont 45 000 utilisateurs qui sont inscrits. On est présent sur toute la Tunisie pour les trajets de longue distance, mais également sur Tunis, dans la capitale, pour les trajets de courte distance quotidiens. Plus de 260 000 recherches enregistrées quand même, avec 22 000 trajets publiés et 9 000 mises en relation. Et le bonus, c'est que, en fait, en un mois, on a réussi à faire une growth d'un multiple x3, rien que pour les trajets qui ont été publiés. Aujourd'hui, notre business model, c'est qu'on prend une commission de 15% dans notre wallet, parce que oui, on a développé notre propre wallet en interne, donc on est également un peu une fintech. Et on propose également des abonnements, on va dire, aux entreprises B2b pour qu'elles puissent améliorer le transport pour leurs employés. On vise le marché africain et que ça. Notre objectif, c'est d'être, on va dire, le Blablacar africain, on l'espère. On a pour objectif d'aller très rapidement en Égypte, en Algérie et au Nigeria pour étendre justement notre activité. On touche pas mal de résolutions, on va dire, par rapport aux Nations Unies pour avoir de l'impact. Le covoiturage, c'est très connu en France, c'est parti d'ici. Mais il faut savoir un truc, c'est que le covoiturage en Afrique, c'est une question de survie. C'est la seule solution qui peut nous permettre réellement de révolutionner le transport et faire en sorte qu'on n'ait pas à investir, on va dire, des milliards dans la création de nouveaux systèmes de transport public, d'acheter des bus ou de mettre en place de nouvelles lignes des métros. Il y a des embouteillages chaque jour en Afrique et ça peut peut-être être la solution révolutionnaire. Merci tout le monde.
All right, well done. Big round of applause. Let's hear from the jury members for some questions.
Bonjour, merci déjà pour la présentation.
Merci à vous.
Une question, je suppose que Blablacar est en train de faire la même expansion en Afrique. Pourquoi tu penses que vous pourriez, votre entreprise, dépasser Blablacar et avoir une croissance plus rapide ou prendre plus de parts de marché?
Ok. Par rapport à Blablacar en Afrique, je pense que ce n'est pas leur priorité pour le moment. Mais juste pour répondre, en fait, on a eu le recul de voir ce que Blablacar était en train de faire. Et on a compris en fait les erreurs qu'ont eu Blablacar, les erreurs qu'ont pu avoir Uber. Donc on a profité justement, si tu veux, de leur échec dans certains petits points pour pouvoir anticiper ça même d'un point de vue technologique. C'est-à-dire qu'en fait Split, c'est pas juste une application de covoiturage longue distance. C'est une application de covoiturage longue distance et courte distance à la fois, alors que Blablacar possède 2 applications distinctes. Et que nous, contrairement à Uber, on n'a pas une application pour les conducteurs et une application pour les passagers. On a une seule et même application avec justement la possibilité d'être à la fois conducteur et à la fois passager. Donc je pense que ce recul-là peut nous permettre, en étant dans le terrain et en ayant les bons partenaires et les bons investisseurs, de pouvoir justement s'étendre très rapidement en Afrique et d'être peut-être le leader africain.
Ok, merci. Est-ce que tu peux préciser un peu, quand tu parles d'erreurs de Blablacar, quelles sont les erreurs de Blablacar et quelle est du coup ta stratégie en termes d'acquisition client pour conquérir de nouveaux marchés en Afrique?
Ok, je pense que erreur a été un mot que j'ai utilisé qui était un peu trop fort. Je ne vais pas dire des erreurs, mais on va dire que on a assez de recul pour justement voir, par exemple, rien que technologiquement parlant, Blablacar a 2 applications distinctes. Donc aujourd'hui, c'est un peu compliqué de mettre les 2 mêmes applis, on va dire en même temps, dans une seule et même expérience. Et par rapport à aussi le modèle économique pour que ce soit légal, le covoiturage en Afrique, on a travaillé sur un modèle qui permet de faire en sorte que le covoiturage soit légal. C'est un peu notre secret sauce. Donc, mais en gros, on a créé un algorithme qui permet de savoir combien chaque voiture qui existe dans le monde peut consommer lors d'un trajet pour 1 km. Et donc ça permet d'avoir un covoiturage qui n'est pas fait à titre commercial. Voilà.
All right,
Merci.
well done.
Merci
Thank
à
you
tous.
very much.
And for the English pitch, like I'm available for anyone. Thanks.
Good to underline. Clicker. Thank you. Good to underline the bilingual approach. Just a quick shout out to everybody who's installed in those tables back there. I'm going to ask you very gently, very politely to vacate a little bit, at least just the stands, so that our startups who have already pitched can move over there and we can start having the conversations that are actually going to lead to some real exchange and some fun. Does that make sense? I'm going to need to maybe lean on Nathaniel and Ropa to help me with that, I guess. My voice can only go so far, I guess. Moving on avec les francophones, je pense que Mad, elle est prête. Come on down, Mad, with a big round of applause. Mad is music, art, and design. I'm very excited for this one. When you're ready.
Bonjour à tous, je suis Elise Yacoub, cofondatrice et CEO de MAD. Notre mission, c'est de rendre l'art accessible à tous, en commençant par ceux qui veulent vivre de leur passion, les artistes. Aujourd'hui, les artistes indépendants sont isolés, ils manquent d'outils et de compétences pour financer et monétiser leurs projets. Et grâce à notre plateforme MAD, ils vont devenir des entrepreneurs de l'art et vont avoir accès à 4 choses dont ils ont cruellement besoin. La promotion via nos contenus, de l'upskilling de compétences via nos programmes d'accélération, des revenus via des collaborations avec des marques et surtout l'accès à un écosystème d'artistes, de marques et d'art lovers. Alors, comment on a fait ça? On est des entrepreneurs, sœurs et artistes. Je suis danseuse, Rima est musicienne et on est également accompagné par 2 experts, Constantin Salamé qui a plus de 35 ans d'expérience dans la gestion de conglomérats et David Jiha qui est un producteur télé américain, donc récompensé aux Emmy Awards. On est sur la passion economy, sur un marché de plus de 15 milliards de dollars avec une croissance annuelle de plus de 6%. Et sur ce marché, on a des concurrents indirects comme Patreon aux US, Tipeee en France, mais aucun ne fournit des services 360 de promotion et de financement pour les artistes. Aujourd'hui, on a déjà validé notre marché. On a une communauté de plus de 10 000 art lovers, 60 marques partenaires, 1400 créatifs dans la musique, les arts et le design, et une présence à Beyrouth et à Paris. Alors, quand on parle de marques, on parle de corporate comme Pernod Ricard, Bacardi, mais aussi des groupes médias, des boîtes de prod, des agences de pub et des institutions. Et quand on parle de contenu, on parle de meet-up, de compétition digitale, mais surtout des programmes d'accélération. D'ailleurs, rien que depuis janvier, on a déjà accompagné plus de 200 artistes libanais dans la transition digitale de leurs projets, dont 68% de femmes. Alors pourquoi nous rejoindre maintenant? On est à la V2 de notre plateforme, notre app sort cet été. On a généré plus de 700 000 $ de revenus et on compte atteindre les 6 millions d'ici 2026. Pour financer notre croissance, on cherche à lever 360 000 $ pour faire trois choses. Tripler notre base de marques, déployer nos programmes d'accélération en Afrique en commençant par le Gabon et déployer notre modèle dans le métaverse avec notre galerie et nos projets NFT. Merci, thank you et shukran.
All right, well done. Thank you very much. Let's hear from our MAD jury.
Merci beaucoup pour la présentation. Est-ce que tu peux nous expliquer la stratégie de déploiement? J'ai cru voir MENA et tu parlais du Gabon, juste pour comprendre un peu.
Oui, alors aujourd'hui, par rapport au déploiement, on parle de déploiement en termes de programme d'accélération, en l'occurrence. On a déjà lancé nos programmes d'accélération en France, au Liban, à Gaza récemment, et l'objectif, c'est tout simplement de commencer pays par pays à avoir un accélérateur local, donc plutôt IT, et nous, on ramène la composante de soft landing et de formation en France notamment. Donc on parle de Sénégal, on parle de Côte d'Ivoire aussi, et on a déjà commencé à parler avec la Tunisie. En revanche, pour la croissance hors Afrique, c'est plus du déploiement de brand content, donc en fait vraiment travailler sur du digital content signage avec les sociétés pour se déployer chez eux, donc leur créer du contenu, mais en même temps augmenter ce qu'on appelle la employee experience au sein de leur société et en même temps augmenter de la même manière notre communauté de art lovers.
J'ai vu aussi que tu mentionnais les NFT. Est-ce que tu peux nous expliquer comment tu comptes l'utiliser? À quelle fin?
Alors déjà, la NFT dans le monde de l'art, c'est un peu l'évolution naturelle, puisqu'en fait, ça garantit vraiment la propriété et le reversement de royalties. Aujourd'hui, nous, on est une plateforme digitale. Nos relais physiques, c'est nos partenaires. On a des galeries d'art, des lieux de la nightlife, etc. Mais l'avantage vraiment dans le métaverse, c'est que, on va avoir accès à vraiment tout un nouveau marché de collectionneurs qui est très différent de celui dans le monde réel. Et en même temps, on aura notre galerie elle-même, qui est un espace hybride où on va déployer l'équivalent de ce qu'on fait in real life, c'est-à-dire des meet-ups d'artistes, des œuvres, donc des expos en virtuel, et puis, encore une fois, des abonnements. Donc on a des abonnements pour les artistes, des abonnements pour les marques, et puis surtout, on a ce qu'on appelle le Hush Club pour les amoureux de l'art. Merci.
All right.
Et comme mon collègue, if you need a pitch in English or to answer any questions, we'll be at the Organisation internationale de la francophonie booth. Thank you.
All right, well done. Big round of applause. Thank you so much. Yes, it is worth stating for all of our English speakers who unfortunately have not joined the cool French club yet. Most of our startups, if not all of our startups, are most likely bilingual, if not trilingual, and smarter than me. So yes, you can definitely approach them, even if you feel like there might be a language barrier. I'm going to guarantee you that there is not. Moving on with our next startup, can I welcome down Tolbi to the stage? Yeah? Don't be shy, buddy. Come on down. Big round of applause. I love it. Thank you so much. There you go. Big green button. And when you're ready.
Bonjour à tout le monde. Je m'appelle Mohamedou. Je suis cofondateur et le CEO d'une agritech africaine basée à Dakar nommée Tolbi. Alors, vous et moi, nous devons agir. Nous devons agir face au changement climatique, à la rareté des eaux de pluie, mais surtout à la sécurité alimentaire. Nous devons agir beaucoup plus en Afrique, car les agriculteurs ils perdent 30% de leur rendement agricole, des pertes de 80% de leur eau d'irrigation. Ils n'ont pas assez de conseils agricoles pour les supporter, et l'Afrique subsaharienne perd 2000 milliards de rendement post-récolte par manque de données pour pouvoir anticiper les coûts, les prix et la logistique. Nous avons agi. En quoi faisant, nous avons mis en place une solution SaaS inclusive basée sur l'IA qui permet aux agriculteurs et aux agences de pouvoir avoir des données réelles sur les besoins en eau, la fertilisation, la santé des plantes et les prévisions de rendement. Nous avons un modèle économique simple basé sur l'hectare et des abonnements de 8 000 francs par hectare par mois. Nous avons un marché en pleine croissance de 60% avec un marché capturable de 1,7 milliard de dollars grâce à l'utilisation de plus en plus des technologies par les agriculteurs. Alors, nous avons des interfaces adaptées à tout type d'agriculteurs, allant d'interface web jusqu'à langue locale avec des appels automatisés, mais surtout nous avons une très bonne précision et une couverture globale grâce à nos images satellitaires. Alors nous avons 6 grands clients business dès le lancement que nous avons effectué en début d'année janvier, et actuellement nous sommes en train de discuter avec d'autres partenaires clients pour étendre notre solution en Côte d'Ivoire. Alors nous sommes accompagnés par l'ESP, l'ADER, mais surtout par le programme Google for Startups SDGs. Grâce à notre travail, nous sommes reconnus par les acteurs de l'écosystème. On a une équipe pluridisciplinaire formidable composée d'ingénieurs en IA, en agriculture et en finance. Notre roadmap, c'est de faire 80 millions d'hectares en Afrique, en commençant par faire toute la région ou toutes les régions du Sénégal et une partie de la Côte d'Ivoire cette année-ci, et de faire au moins 5 pays en 2023 pour atteindre notre objectif final de monitorer 80 millions d'hectares en Afrique. Alors, agissons ensemble. Si vous êtes des clients partenaires, nous sommes disponibles. Si vous êtes aussi des laboratoires, nous sommes prêts à développer avec vous des modèles d'intelligence artificielle. Et si vous voulez gagner rapidement de l'argent en tant qu'investisseur, investissez chez nous à partir de 2023. Merci beaucoup.
All right, let's jump into the questions.
Merci pour la présentation et pour l'enthousiasme. J'aimerais bien savoir plus sur ton business model. Comment tu comptes te rémunérer? Qui est-ce qui va payer et combien?
Alors, principalement, c'est les agrobusiness. Si vous avez une parcelle de culture qui fait 1000 hectares, donc vous vous abonnez en fait à faire le monitoring de votre parcelle de culture par hectare 8 000 francs. Et les pertes aujourd'hui, si nous prenons le piment, en ne faisant pas le monitoring, les pertes post-récolte de 30% peuvent aller jusqu'à 960 000 francs par mois. Donc c'est les agrobusiness. Et pour les agriculteurs, les exploitants agricoles, c'est plutôt les agences qui doivent faire le conseil agricole qui utilisent notre plateforme et payent pour eux. Donc je disais que c'est les agrobusiness qui payent le monitoring par hectare par mois, par des subscriptions. Et pour les agences qui sont chargées d'accompagner les producteurs, donc c'est eux-mêmes qui payent notre plateforme parce que c'est eux-mêmes qui sont chargés de faire le conseil agricole. Avec notre outil, ils le font beaucoup plus efficacement en faisant les choses à distance et à temps réel.
Juste, est-ce que tu peux clarifier, donc là tu parles d'AI, d'intelligence artificielle, comment tu acquiers les données? C'est des données, enfin tu utilises de l'IoT ou autre chose, ou tu récupères d'un third party, d'une autre entreprise?
Alors nous récupérons des données d'image satellitaire qui fait une couverture globale. À travers ça, nous appliquons des algorithmes de machine learning et des indices de végétation. Donc on a différents modèles pour tout type de fonctionnalité, que ce soit les besoins en eau, les fertilisations et les besoins de rendement. Donc c'est les images satellitaires qu'on utilise.
Au niveau des agriculteurs, est-ce que vous les aidez, vous les formez, vous les accompagnez?
Bien sûr. Donc eux, ils ont, puisqu'en Afrique, la plupart des agriculteurs sont analphabètes, donc on a une application qui fait des appels automatisés, donc on n'a pas besoin d'Internet. Et nous, avant de déployer la solution, donc on va au niveau des villages, on regroupe à travers les coopératives agricoles qui regroupent plus de 3000 producteurs, nous les formons sur l'utilisation de nos plateformes et nous laissons les conseils agricoles continuer le job.
Et du coup, là, c'est basé sur le Sénégal pour l'instant. Est-ce que vous pensez aller ailleurs?
Bien sûr, on a commencé au fait de faire les premières démarches en Côte d'Ivoire cette année-ci. Donc l'objectif cette année-ci est de faire et le Sénégal et une partie de la Côte d'Ivoire. À partir de l'année prochaine, faire au moins 5 pays d'Afrique de l'Ouest.
C'est quoi votre stratégie pour adresser ces 5 pays?
Alors, aujourd'hui, pour étendre et cibler l'ensemble des producteurs, donc on fait des partenariats avec les coopératives agricoles et les agences. Donc c'est plus facile pour nous et eux, ils maîtrisent beaucoup plus sur le terrain. Donc aujourd'hui, on l'a commencé avec le Sénégal, avec Ankar, qui a plus de 100 000 producteurs. En Côte d'Ivoire aussi, nous sommes en pourparlers avec la direction du développement rural. Donc c'est à travers en fait, les coopératives qu'on fait des partenariats. Merci beaucoup.
All right, well done, buddy. Come on down. Cheers, thank you so much. All right, our next startup, probably, hopefully right around me. Can I get Sinet Pay? Yes? Yeah, we have a woo. Let's get some applause with a woo. We can have some more woos, maybe a whistle. It's all right. Come on down, buddy. There's the clicker. Yep. And there it is. Big green button.
Ok, bonsoir à tous, je suis Idriss Martial Monté, je suis le CEO et cofondateur de CinetPay, une fintech basée en Côte d'Ivoire. Alors que le mobile money apparaît comme une gigantesque opportunité en Afrique francophone, il est aujourd'hui très complexe pour les entreprises de pouvoir collecter des paiements via ce moyen de paiement. Si vous êtes une entreprise technologique, une start-up, vous avez une application mobile ainsi des e-commerce et que vous souhaitez collecter les paiements dans 15 pays en Afrique francophone, vous devez signer 130 contrats avec 130 opérateurs. Vous devez intégrer 130 API et puis vous devez gérer 130 sources de données et vous devez gérer 130 processus de reversement, ce qui est quasi impossible pour une start-up qui veut développer son business. Alors, ce que CinetPay propose, c'est... Oh, sorry. OK. Ce que CinetPay propose, c'est un agrégateur de paiement qui agrège l'ensemble des plateformes mobile money et cartes bancaires présentes dans 15 pays en Afrique francophone. Aujourd'hui, on permet à un site de e-commerce ou à une application mobile avec un seul contrat, un seul compte, une seule intégration de pouvoir collecter tous les moyens de paiement mobile money présents en Afrique francophone. En quelques temps, nous avons, aujourd'hui en termes de traction, nous avons 350 marchands actifs et nous processons plus de 3 millions de transactions chaque mois pour une valeur de 12 milliards de francs CFA, environ 18 millions d'euros. Notre produit est très simple, c'est juste une page de paiement que vous devez intégrer dans votre site internet et votre application mobile. Il vous permet de collecter les paiements sans redirection et en 2 étapes. Notre modèle économique, c'est vraiment très simple. Le marchand, il paye 20 $ d'abonnement annuel et nous chargeons des commissions entre 1 et 1,5% de commission sur chaque transaction. Le mobile money est en plein développement en Afrique francophone et nous avons des compétiteurs. Et notre avantage compétitif comparé aux différents concurrents que nous avons, c'est, dans un premier temps, notre présence géographique. Nous sommes présents dans 10 pays en Afrique francophone. Deuxième chose, nous avons plus de 40 moyens de paiement disponibles sur notre agrégateur, sur notre gateway de paiement. Et notre expérience utilisateur est simple, c'est-à-dire 2 étapes sans redirection et le processus de reversement chez SynetPay est de 24 heures. Aujourd'hui, on a une équipe très complète avec des membres dans chaque compartiment du business, que ce soit le commercial, la technique, le légal, la conformité et le juridique. Et c'est une équipe qu'on continue à renforcer avec un directeur produit qu'on est en train de recruter pour nous aider à améliorer l'expérience utilisateur de notre produit. Notre vision, c'est d'être le premier agrégateur de paiement en Afrique francophone. Premier en termes de présence géographique. On va être présent dans 15 pays à l'Afrique francophone à l'horizon 2025. Premier en termes de part de marché, on va avoir plus de 60 000 marchands connectés sur notre plateforme à l'horizon 2025 et premier en termes d'innovation technologique. Je vous remercie.
All right. Well done. Jerry, let's get some questions.
Merci Martial pour la présentation. Par rapport aux chiffres que tu viens juste d'énoncer, encore une fois, est-ce que tu peux détailler un petit peu la stratégie, enfin comment tu comptes y arriver avec ton équipe?
Ok, aujourd'hui, on offre une solution de paiement qui est aujourd'hui présente dans 10 pays en Afrique francophone. Donc, on a une stratégie d'acquisition qui se base sur 2 canaux différents. Donc, on a le online. L'utilisateur peut venir sur notre site internet, créer son compte, uploader ses documents, payer son abonnement et consommer nos API. Le deuxième mode d'acquisition, c'est vraiment du one-to-one, de la prospection, parce qu'en Afrique francophone, on est encore dans un marché où il est très important d'avoir le contact avec l'entreprise, avec le commercial et tout. Donc, on a ce deuxième mode-là où on développe tout ce qui est business development, etc. Donc, on a organisé au niveau commercial, il y a une équipe qui se charge de la génération des leads, une équipe qui se fait du business development, une équipe qui est en charge de l'onboarding et une équipe qui est en charge de l'account management pour pouvoir gérer le churn.
Et juste une question à suivre. Du coup, ça veut dire qu'au niveau des équipes pour l'acquisition, vous allez en Côte d'Ivoire, vous allez partir en Côte d'Ivoire dans toutes les villes ou pour l'instant vous ciblez différentes régions? Comment vous faites?
Donc, on a l'acquisition online se fait online, donc pas besoin d'avoir des équipes présentes dans chaque pays. Ce qu'on essaie de faire, c'est qu'on expérimente dans chacun de ces pays une stratégie qu'on a déjà validée en Côte d'Ivoire avec 2 ou 3 personnes au niveau commercial pour pouvoir générer des leads, les closer et puis les intégrer.
Ouais, encore une fois, merci pour ta présentation, super claire. J'aimerais savoir ta stratégie d'intégration dans des logiciels no-code, low-code ou des CMS pour créer des sites internet.
Alors aujourd'hui, on a développé des plugins. On a des plugins pour PrestaShop, Magento, WooCommerce. On a des SDK pour Android, iOS. Et on est en train de développer des plugins pour des logiciels métiers pour simplifier et faciliter le paiement parce que notre mission, c'est de simplifier le paiement et le rendre accessible à tous via tous les canaux. Merci.
All right, well done, buddy. Come on down. Thank you so much. Cheers. Oop. Careful with our slides there because we got somebody coming up next. Our next startup, Samoa. Yes? Yeah? No? Yeah, there he is. Big round of applause for the man with his hand in the air. Je suis désolé en fait pour les francophones, je vous ai dit ouais, la prochaine partie c'est en français. Je dis ouais, pas du tout en fait, je continue de parler anglais. Here you go my friend.
Merci.
When you're ready.
Eh bien, bonjour à toutes et à tous, je suis Edema Djamagbo, je suis ingénieur business intelligence de formation et CEO et founder de chez C'est Moi. Et chez C'est Moi, notre sujet et tout ce qui va leader la façon dont on va faire ce que nous faisons, c'est apporter quelque chose dans le quotidien des gens. Et nous avons choisi de nous positionner sur apporter quelque chose dans le quotidien de ces dizaines de milliers de personnes qui font la queue à la fin du mois pour aller à la banque, pour retirer de l'argent, 50, 100, 150 dollars, pour obtenir le solde de leur compte. Et donc, quand on analyse finalement quelle est la problématique en fait, de cette personne-là, on l'a groupée en deux parties. Une problématique de communication. Quand je viens demander le solde de mon compte, combien j'ai reçu en tant que salaire, parce qu'on a déduit un prêt, etc., c'est une problématique de communication entre le client et sa banque. Donc, comment on résout ce problème-là? Et ensuite, comment on résout la problématique du retrait, le volet de la transaction? Je retire de l'argent en fin de mois et je vais l'utiliser en cash pendant tout le reste du mois suivant. Mais j'aurais pu très bien aussi payer depuis mon compte, mais je ne le fais pas. Et donc, il y a ces problématiques-là à régler. Et donc, aujourd'hui, nous adressons ces problématiques à travers cet écosystème en fait, de plateformes. Dans un premier temps, nous avons adressé le sujet de la communication à travers une solution qui s'appelle WhatsApp Banking et qui permet à la banque de communiquer de façon innovante et sécurisée avec ses clients. Donc, le client a la possibilité de consulter le solde de son compte, l'historique des transactions, effectuer un virement, transférer de l'argent de son compte bancaire vers son compte mobile. Tout ça dans l'application réseau social la plus utilisée et installée en Afrique, qui est WhatsApp. Ensuite, nous adressons les sujets d'acquisition de paiement des commerçants, donc permet de digitaliser les encaissements des commerçants à travers CashPay et à travers ces mois pro, qui en fait sont deux plateformes qui fusionnent, la possibilité de terminer. Donc, c'est-à-dire que le client va communiquer via WhatsApp avec la banque, va débiter son compte bancaire et le système va demander à ces mois pro de créditer un wallet mobile pour effectuer un retrait par ailleurs. Donc, chacun a un business model, des business models individuels, mais ensemble, en fait, ils créent une valeur ajoutée qui font notre particularité et notre singularité par rapport aux concurrents qu'on va avoir sur le marché. Alors, je vais essayer d'accélérer un petit peu. Donc, aujourd'hui, WhatsApp Banking, c'est à peu près 5 clients, dont le groupe Orabank, pour lequel nous sommes en train de déployer 12 filiales. Donc, actuellement, on est en train de déployer les 12 filiales là cette année, ce qui nous emmène à créer des filiales localement. Donc 14 banques au global avec lesquelles nous travaillons. On a signé pour 1,3 million d'euros. On a un cash burn actuel de 20 000 dollars mensuels, donc ce qui nous met à l'abri en termes de trésorerie en configuration actuelle et donc qui m'emmène aujourd'hui à venir pour cette partie-là finalement de levée de fonds pour aller plus vite et plus loin. Et sur le volet CashPay, en fait, on va leverage sur la capacité en fait, à avoir des filiales locales pour développer en fait, du business sur de l'acquisition. Je n'ai pas le temps de vous parler de Yem et je terminerai sur ce slide-là. Donc si vous voulez en savoir plus, n'hésitez pas à scanner le QR code.
All right, well done, buddy. Let's hear from our jury. Thank you for the round of applause. We always like it.
Bonjour, merci pour la présentation. Une question toute bête, qu'est-ce qui se passe si la personne perd son téléphone?
Alors, dans le WhatsApp Banking, c'est ça? En fait, lorsque vous demandez le solde de votre compte, on va vous demander un code PIN ou un code PIN plus session. Donc, si j'ai perdu mon téléphone et que la personne consulte le solde dans les 5 minutes, oui, il aura le solde de mon compte si on est en PIN plus session. Mais autrement, on demande le code PIN et donc on a su développer la partie technologique qui va bien pour rajouter à WhatsApp pour sécuriser la transaction. Donc, aujourd'hui, on a le niveau d'authentification PIN, PIN plus session, OTP, enfin PIN plus OTP, donc ce qui permet d'avoir le même niveau de sécurité qu'on va avoir dans les applications classiques. On ne fait pas le fingerprint. Pas encore, parce qu'il y a un sujet avec Ukudu qui était passé un peu plus tôt, qui va pouvoir nous aider à régler ça.
Merci. Au niveau du montant que tu veux lever, est-ce que tu peux nous détailler, je crois que c'était 3 millions, est-ce que tu peux nous détailler l'utilisation,
oui,
à quoi ça va servir
Alors, donc aujourd'hui, on cherche à lever 1 million d'euros. Donc sur une valeur d'à peu près 10 millions. Et donc, ça va se découper en fait en ces 3 points, de la R&D, du BizDev et du marketing. Ce qui a fait que ces mois existent depuis 2016 et a eu au moins 6 opportunités de mourir et est là, c'est parce qu'on a su se réinventer. On a commencé sur un business de bornes, de dématérialisation de paiement. Aujourd'hui, on est arrivé sur du WhatsApp Banking parce qu'on a rencontré le marché. C'est parce qu'on a cette capacité technologique à pivoter et à itérer sur une capacité fondamentale qui est la transaction. À la base, on est une fintech, on fait de la transaction, mais on fait de la transaction en apportant quelque chose dans le quotidien des gens. Et le petit quelque chose, en fait, c'est la chose qui fait la différence. Donc, on a besoin d'1 million d'euros pour financer 50% de R&D, 30% de BizDev et 20% de marketing, parce qu'on est à peu près mauvais là-dessus, mais on arrive à vendre, c'est pas mauvais.
Et une dernière question, au niveau des pays, c'est que des pays francophones, des anglophones?
Alors aujourd'hui, on va couvrir par exemple la Guinée-Bissau. Donc on va traiter d'autres types de pays, mais c'est vrai qu'il y a encore un travail à faire dans les fintechs entre francophones et anglophones.
All right, well done, buddy. Come on down. Thank you so much. Please, pleasure's all mine. All right, our next startup, if I could call down Campusna. Yes? We hear me, we see me, we want me, we like me? Campusna. Which actually kind of sounds like a mantra if you think about it. Campusna. Ropa, do we have Campusna in the area? Campusna. Maybe I'm saying that wrong and I've just been sitting over there repeating it in totally the wrong accent. I could say it like super American, like Campusna? If we need to skip to the next one, I don't know what it is. I'll go one by one. No, seriously, the names come in my head and go right out again real quick. Europa, waiting for the sign. What do we say? Campusna in the area, ready to go. Waiting on you. People didn't come to say me. What does that mean? Just 1 second. 1 second I can handle. 5 minutes I start to sweat. And you wouldn't like me when I sweat. No, I'm just kidding. All right, how we feel? Oh, there comes Campusna. He's waving his arms. He must have been in the restroom. Big round of applause for Campusna. Come on down, buddy. Don't worry. To be honest, for that smile, I would wait all day. Thank you for having us. Cheers. And the clicker for you. Oh, it's okay. Big green button.
Bon, bonjour tout le monde. Alors aujourd'hui, je vais vous parler de notre start-up Campusna. C'est une start-up qui est née dans la partie la plus septentrionale de l'Afrique, à savoir en Tunisie. Elle est basée aussi en France. Alors quand je vois ici que tous les étudiants et tous les gens qui n'arrivent même pas à se concentrer 3 minutes pour suivre un pitch de quelqu'un qui a préparé ça pendant 3 nuits sans dormir, que la plupart des gens qui suivent des MOOC n'arrivent même pas à finir la première session, ou bien que les entreprises, où 90% des emplois qui sont prévus en 2030 n'ont même pas été inventés ou créés, on se dit qu'il faut absolument une autre manière d'enseigner. Et cette autre manière d'enseigner, on l'a imaginée, on l'a créée et on l'a créée dans Campusna. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on a imaginé? En fait, c'était juste avant le Covid. On s'est dit, bon, il faut trouver une manière. En Tunisie, où il y a par exemple plus de 5000 docteurs chômeurs dans les domaines scientifiques, comment on peut mettre ces gens-là en adéquation avec le marché du travail. Donc on a créé cette plateforme, et cette plateforme a la grande caractéristique de viser trois objectifs principaux. Le premier objectif, c'est l'employabilité, pour mettre les gens le plus près possible du marché de l'emploi et de mettre les cadres des entreprises au plus près des innovations qui est dans leur entreprise. Aussi, l'excellence. Quand on a des clients comme la Santander Bank, quand on a des clients comme l'Université Paris-Dauphine, quand on a des clients comme Esprit, qui est un groupe d'écoles en Tunisie avec plus de 5000 étudiants, on se doit d'être excellent et précis. Et aussi, puisqu'on est en Tunisie, on doit être accessible. On est aussi à travers le monde accessible dans le sens où n'importe quel ordinateur, n'importe quel téléphone, n'importe quelle tablette permettra de suivre notre cours. Donc notre solution, elle est faite sur mesure. Ça veut dire quoi? On crée le training path, on crée le cursus de formation, on se met dans une pédagogie qui est faite par le faire et pas pour l'apprendre. On met des tuteurs en face des étudiants et des apprenants et en plus on sécurise tout ça. Tout ça sur une seule plateforme. Alors la plateforme, ce n'est pas une plateforme de MOOC normale, ce n'est pas une plateforme de visioconférence et ce n'est pas juste une plateforme de coding à la collab, mais en fait c'est tout ça à la fois. Donc on a fait tout ça et c'est ce qui nous fait notre plus. Donc ici on voit qu'on est une grande équipe formée d'enseignants universitaires, de gens de la tech, plusieurs ingénieurs, et on fait tout ça. Et c'est ce qui fait aussi qu'on a regardé, par exemple, dans le marché de l'enseignement en Afrique et dans le monde, il y a 5% du contenu qui est digitalisé, ce qui nous laisse quand même pas mal de marge pour investir tout ce marché. Par exemple, en 2025, il y a 404 milliards d'euros dollars qui vont être mis dans le marché et c'est rien du tout. Voilà.
All right, voila. Let's hear from our jury members. You made it through, man.
Merci pour ta présentation. Première question toute simple. Est-ce que tu peux nous parler plus en détail de ton business model? Qui est-ce qui paye et combien?
Alors, en fait, on a deux clients principaux. On a les universités d'un côté, donc c'est les universités qui payent pour leurs apprenants, pour leurs étudiants. En fait, au lieu d'apprendre des cours rébarbatifs d'informatique avec juste des slides ou des trucs qu'on a vus comme on était tous à la fac, en fait, c'est une plateforme où on code. Et la plateforme, elle traite la véracité du code, sa performance, et tant que l'élève n'a pas réussi, il refait. Et dans le cas des entreprises, en fait, par exemple, quand on parlait de Santander, en fait, la technologie, elle a beaucoup changé, donc ils veulent former leurs ingénieurs aux nouvelles technologies de cloud, du DevOps, du machine learning. Donc ils font ça via notre plateforme parce que c'est dans une société, ils ne peuvent pas être tous à la fois disponibles, il faut être flexible. Donc ils ont une plateforme et quand ils cliquent sur un bouton, ils attendent un peu pour avoir une réponse. Ils peuvent travailler le week-end à leur rythme. En fait, pour eux, c'était parfait. Donc on a construit tout ce parcours avec eux et on a étendu ça à plusieurs universités et plusieurs entreprises à travers le monde. Et notre plus gros problème, en fait, c'est qu'on a beaucoup de clients. Donc, on a beaucoup de demandes. Et surtout, après le Covid, tout le monde s'est mis à demander notre plateforme. Mais en fait, on a besoin d'argent pour grandir. Parce que là, on a beaucoup de pistes aux États-Unis, beaucoup de pistes en Europe. Ce qu'on fait, par exemple, avec Santander, en fait, on a pris la meilleure entreprise dans le secteur bancaire de Cloud DevOps qui nous a fourni les cours en Europe, en France, elle est basée ici. On a pris quelqu'un des États-Unis pour faire les vidéos avec un bel accent américain, pas comme le mien. Donc, et on a mixé tout ça et on a vendu ça. Et après, on essaie de le revendre à plusieurs banques qui travaillent dans le même secteur pour former aussi les ingénieurs parce que finalement, si on travaille avec une bande alpha, pour la banque bêta, ce sera plus ou moins pareil. Alors, je suis disponible dans toutes les langues. Je parle français, anglais, allemand, russe et chinois, je pense.
Oui.
Arabe aussi.
Clicker, thank you so much. Again, I repeat, don't worry about the language barrier, the culture barriers, any sort of barriers. We don't even have barriers on the walls here. So please, reach out to people and talk to them. They'd love to talk to you as well. The next startup I'd like to welcome down is already ready. He was pulling my arm saying, when is it going to be my turn? Can we get a round of applause for We Carry, please? Big red button.
Alors bonjour, je vais vous parler de notre startup Wikari qui a 10 ans d'âge, c'est important de le dire. Donc Wikari, de façon historique, c'est une entreprise qui permettait aux internautes africains de pouvoir acheter des produits dans tous les sites internet du monde. Parce qu'avant, on ne pouvait pas acheter, quand on vivait à Dakar, on ne pouvait pas acheter un produit sur Amazon, eBay, etc. Donc nous, on a réglé le problème. On permettait à tout le monde d'acheter des produits partout et se faire livrer chez lui. On réglait aussi une problématique de paiement parce que les gens n'avaient pas de solution de paiement en Afrique. Donc, voici les chiffres que nous avons réalisés entre 2013 et 2019. En 4 ans, nous avons multiplié par 10 quasiment notre chiffre d'affaires. On avait une belle croissance. Et ce qui est important, c'est que plus on marchait, plus on se rendait compte qu'il y avait des B2B qui venaient attaquer notre plateforme pour pouvoir faire du fret. Ensuite, voici un peu les chiffres que nous avons faits entre 2013 et 2019. Donc, pourquoi 2019? Parce qu'ensuite, nous avons été éprouvés beaucoup par le Covid, parce que l'essentiel de notre fret passait par de l'aérien, et lorsque les avions se sont arrêtés, on a eu une perte de chiffre d'affaires très importante. Mais la bonne nouvelle, c'est que nous avions beaucoup de clients B2B qui travaillaient avec nous. Et le Covid nous a permis de tester un peu notre résilience. Et nous sommes passés d'un business full B2C à un business quasiment full B2B. Et ce que nous voulons aujourd'hui, c'est de construire une plateforme pour un peu régler le transport, l'échange des PME en Afrique. Parce que lorsqu'on est une PME à Dakar, c'est très compliqué de vendre ses produits à Abidjan, à Nairobi, parce que tout simplement, il n'y a pas encore d'offre de transport massif, structuré. Donc ce que nous voulons, c'est un peu dénicher tous les freight forwarders qui sont en Afrique et les agréger dans une plateforme pour pouvoir justement faire du fret et régler un peu ce problème d'échange des PME interafricaines. Donc voilà un peu ce qu'est Wikari. Merci beaucoup.
Well done, well done, well done. Let's hear some questions from our fantastic jury.
Merci pour la présentation. Tu as mentionné le fait, le Covid qui a impacté, ce qui vous a permis de pivoter. Il y a une chose qui s'est passée il y a un an, c'est l'ouverture de la zone africaine, alors je ne me rappelle plus du terme, mais zone africaine de free trade, ZLECAf en français si je ne me trompe pas. Est-ce que ça a une incidence? Est-ce qu'il y a des opportunités pour ton business?
Alors, ça peut être une opportunité parce que ça permet un peu de faciliter les transactions entre les pays africains. Mais ce qu'il faut comprendre, dans le contexte de nos pays, il y a la théorie et il y a la pratique. Parce que même avant la ZLECA, il y a des accords entre les pays de l'UEMOA et de la CEDEAO qui devaient permettre un libre-échange entre les pays, mais ça ne fonctionne pas. Ça ne fonctionne pas du tout. Et la ZLECA devrait encore plus faciliter cela, mais jusqu'à présent, les politiques disent que c'est fonctionnel, mais nous, qui opérons tous les jours sur le terrain, la ZLECA n'est pas du tout fonctionnelle.
Au niveau, est-ce que tu peux nous parler un peu de la concurrence de mon point de vue, le fait de faire du trafic, de transporter des biens et des marchandises entre pays, c'est quelque chose d'assez basique, en tout cas ça fait longtemps. Quel est l'état de la concurrence par rapport à vous?
Alors, ce qui est important à comprendre, c'est que dans ce secteur-là, il y a plusieurs activités qui se passent. Il y a du transport, il y a du transit et il y a de la livraison last miles. Et il y a des acteurs parcellaires. Chacun travaille de son côté. Et nous, ce que nous voulons faire, c'est faire une plateforme agrégée pour que le client ait un one-stop shop pour pouvoir faire toute sa transaction et franchir les frontières douanières, ce qui est très compliqué en Afrique, et puis payer un seul prestataire. Et nous allons ventiler après le reste. Et nous sommes encore plus en amont, parce que tout simplement, il y a une problématique aussi de paiement. C'est très difficile de faire bouger de l'argent en zone ZOF et même en zone ZOF et en zone euro. Et nous avons un service depuis 10 ans. On permet à nos clients de faire des transferts internationaux et de payer leurs fournisseurs qui sont en Europe, qui sont en Asie, etc. et même en Afrique.
D'accord. Je reviens du coup sur la concurrence, que si j'ai bien compris, au final, vous attaquez différentes parties du process. Ouais. Mais sur chaque partie, en fait, on a une concurrence. On parle d'un Jumia, par exemple, pour le last mile. Il peut y avoir un DHL sur le transit. Comment vous travaillez là-dessus?
On va intégrer tous ces acteurs-là. Le but, c'est vraiment d'intégrer tous ces acteurs-là et de devenir un distributeur de tous ces produits.
All right, well done. Come on down, buddy. Big round of applause. Thank you so much. All right. Going to thank our jury. They're going to compile their last little notes. Round of applause for our jury. Why not? Yeah, there it is. All right, fantastic. On va tourner la page. We are going to turn the page from the French francophone. No, I'm just kidding. All right. We can go back to English. We're going to move into a very exciting category called the emerging markets. Wow, yeah, we can clap for emerging markets. That's fun, exciting. That's why we're here. A couple of things as we keep things moving as well. You're going to see a bunch of our startups moving around. Don't hesitate to go up and give them a hand, say hello, go into the details. And as well, I'm going to remind you that the app is available on all the stores. Thank you very much, Jerry. The app is available, AfricArena app, and you can already see the content from today. It's already been uploaded. You can see the live stream of the event. Not you guys, obviously, because you're here. But you can live stream this event or see it again in play. And all of our content is up there for you to look at home at your leisure. So, without further ado, can I welcome down BAG Innovation, please? Big round of applause for BAG Innovation. I see him coming down with a lovely jacket on. Actually, I do really like that jacket. Go, bud. Big green button. There you go. Yep.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gabriel, and I'm one of the co-founders of BAG. I'm going to be talking about how we are disrupting the traditional approach to how students... Timer...
I got so excited because I've been running their names in my head. I was like, BAG Innovation, don't forget. And I forgot to introduce the next jury. So stay up here with me just for a second. We can see that lovely logo, and I can excuse myself in front of the audience because that was a bit embarrassing for me. I get off stage, they're like, we don't have a jury, Nick. I say, oh, okay, that's wonderful. I see one jury member coming down slowly. Take your time, don't worry. I'm the one who's rushing through things. I'm the one. I just had a coffee, maybe it's that. How are you feeling? You good? All right, fantastic. How long have you been in France? We'll do a little Q&A, just you and me. 1 day?
1 day.
What do you think about Paris so far?
It's great, other than the airport not bringing me my bag, so I haven't changed clothes since I landed.
No, you really lost your bags?
Yes.
I thought that only happened in TV shows. Do you really? Is it the first time it's happened to you?
Yep.
Easy peasy. Has that ever happened to anybody else in the audience to lose bags? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, that's a lot of people. Is that statistically like, is that a regular statistic to see so many people? Wow, there are a lot of people. Well, guys, aren't we in an innovative sector and finding solutions to problems? That seems like a big problem that somebody should be solving, right? I see a lot of heads nodding on that one. Wow, losing bags is such a problem. Yikes. Nathaniel. Can I stop making a fool of myself, and can we get the jury down here so I can get out of here? Jury members? 1 is missing. Ah, jeez. Is it Zach? We've got 2 jury members. It might be, it might not be. Secrets for me. Actually, it's funny, I've been holding on to wait. Yeah, this one's mine? Yeah, there we go. Now I can ask you some questions you can actually answer. So how long are you staying in Paris? Because are you going to leave right when your bags get in?
No, I'm leaving on Sunday. I'm here for Viva Tech as well.
Ah, okay. Is everybody in the audience going to stick around for Viva Tech for the next few days? I see a lot of heads nodding, yeah? Fantastic, good, great. This is the Viva AfricArena conference here. We have a link, a strong partnership since the beginning of AfricArena back in 2017. But this is our first time coming up to Paris, so thank you for being here. We couldn't have done it without you. This is something I usually say for the end of the day, but really what you're seeing is months and months and months of work tirelessly from the organizational team, from Christoph, from the technical team, doing a great job, technical team. Thank you guys. Thumbs up over there. And of course, you got, yep, those are jury members. 1 more, cheesy peasy. They're really gonna make me work for it now. Of course, I had to like run off stage the one time where we had to get like 1,000 jury members. Every other time it was fluid, like I'm up here, and now I'm like treading water. Oh, I wasn't prepared for this, guys. Improvisation? No. And thank you for sticking around and being a sport. I feel so bad for you as well. All right. Well, it's funny because I actually just get to stand here and smile. Everybody else is like running around being like, and they're all running around scrambling, and I'm just sort of like, so guys, what about the weather? How about these innovative emerging markets? Good? Yeah, no, he's not talking to me yet.
He's coming here.
Here he comes. We've got a seat saved to you right here, microphone dedicated, or you can stand in the same spot. There you go. Squeeze in. You got your microphones. You got your jury seats. You're settled. The crowd has heard enough of me. They're like, Nick, get out of here. We want to hear from, is it BAG or BAG? Ah, so I even get to say the name correctly now. Without further ado, I'm going to leave the stage to BAG Innovations. A big round of applause, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. My name is Gabriel. I am the co-founder of BAG, and I'm here today to talk about how we are disrupting the approach of how students acquire experience throughout the university degree. Uwase, a young girl in Rwanda, is facing a huge challenge. It takes her more than 1 year to get her first job after graduation. After getting that job, it takes her around 8 to 12 months to become fully effective within that workspace, which leads to employers spending a lot of time and money on onboarding, sourcing, and identifying entry-level talents for their organizations. BAG is a gamified platform offering experiential-based learning for university students in East Africa. For students, it's an interactive career tool that tracks their market readiness score from day one of the university studies. For businesses, it's an HR tool that helps them solve the issue of onboarding, sourcing, and talent identification. And for universities, it's an easy-to-use content tool that integrates with the curriculum of the university student to bring the balance between theory and practice within the university degree. For the students, it's a very simple process of signing up. They sign up, they choose their sector of interest, they choose the companies they want to work with upon graduation, and they start working with tasks and experience specifically with that organization on our platform. They receive feedback, upskilling, and a talent dashboard that tells them exactly where they need to be before graduation with the market readiness score attached to it. The student spends an average around 5 to 15 minutes on the platform per week. And therefore, we need to continue this repetitive learning process, and the best way of doing that is gamifying the content. Our investor and our partner is the former Candy Crush creator. All our content is gamified, and what we're doing is basically incentivizing the student and making it a fun learning journey while working with their career development on a weekly basis. Our business model is simple. We have an HR premium yearly subscription tool for the businesses, the startups, and the enterprises. We also have a premium model, a subscription for the university students, and this year we're also rolling out the service for the universities in East Africa. So far in Rwanda, we've worked with over 90,000 young users on the platform. We've worked with the majority of universities in Rwanda, and we have over 250 employers simulating the virtual challenges on our platform. There's no denying that there's a huge opportunity with the talent shortage issue on the African continent with the virtual internship and the virtual experience space. Our team has over 20 years of experience in the EdTech and the career development space, and we are ready to scale this into the East African region. Some of our key partners include MasterCard Foundation and Africa Union, and also partners that are helping us deliver this content on USSD. So for students who don't have smartphones or laptops, can also access our content on their future phone through a USSD code. This summer, we're raising $500,000 to scale this into East Africa and acquire 35,000 new users and build this into a continental platform. BAG stands for Building a Generation, and as mentioned, we are aiming to disrupt the traditional approach to how students acquire experience throughout the university degree. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear from our jury.
Hello. Yeah. It's hard to really understand a lot in a 3-minute pitch, but this is basically an HR tech recruitment platform, and I'm just struggling to understand how are you different from a traditional recruiting company where you're keeping a percentage of annual income and placing people. I mean, to raise VC money for a business, unless your business model is really unique, is kind of hard. So what are you doing differently from a business model perspective outside of traditional HR recruiting?
So we've seen that the biggest problem with the HR and recruitment platforms in the Africa region is that they target the university students after graduation. They onboard them on a job platform, and they start matching them with employers. What we're doing as an HR function is that we are creating these automatic trainee programs for the employers from year one of the university student's journey. So we target the student and we onboard them in year one, and we make sure that they have a complete skills profile both on the technical and the soft skills side 6 months before they graduate. And the companies don't use it mainly for recruitment, but they're using it for the onboarding and the identification of these talents so that they can have a higher pool of candidates when they recruit 6 months down the line. So for companies, yes, there is an aspect of recruitment, but for us, our major revenue comes from the student user, the 5% of the premium users on the student side who uses this similar to LinkedIn, but for careers, working with specific experiences with employers that they want to work with upon graduation, and the universities integrating this with their content. So it is EdTech. We integrate this with the teacher, so the teacher has a manual to be able to bring in the case-based learning methodology with only a 5-minute exercise inside the classroom.
Okay.
So it is a hybrid. It is both the business, the student, and the university model.
So when you said year one of a student's life cycle in a university, but you've got 4 years to graduation, am I missing something? there's a 4-year period between year one of someone's graduation and being placed, or are you looking for part-time internship type placements?
So the university, can I answer the question?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So the university student, obviously the university spends around, I would say per month, they're only on the platform once per month in the first year of studies. Second year, through the gamification, we increased their engagements up until last year. So for the employment opportunities and for the internship opportunities, obviously we're targeting the students who are 6 months away from graduation. For the students prior to that, it's purely a career tool that democratizes the ability to get high quality career content, just as the private universities, whereas our target users is the public university students, where 70% of the students are unemployable at the moment. Thank you very much.
All right. Well done, buddy. Thank you so much. And thank you for your patience. Thank you. All right, our next startup pitching in the category of emerging markets is Excelway. Come on down, please. Big round of applause from the crowd. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hi everyone, I'm Sophia, I'm the CEO of Excelway, a Moroccan startup. So, okay, $400 billion. So this is not the amount of money that we want to raise today, but it is the cost of ineffective, unproductive meetings in the US alone per year. So all over the world, this is not a US problem, you know probably this problem, all over the world, ineffective meetings are a waste of time, of money, and of energy. And Excelway, the virtual platform to turn brainstorming sessions into idea executing machine, is solving this. So let's jump right into it. How are we different? First, the product scope. We are the only product in the market that combines virtual facilitation, meeting facilitation, with task and project management. So one, this is easier for the end user that gets acquainted with only one product, but it also allows companies to take advantage and make the most of the data that is shared during the meeting and avoiding this data to fall into the dark data of the company. Second, and also in terms of product, we are the only product that is going to nudge its users into meeting best practices at every touch point. So when we have big competitors such as Miro, Mural, InVision, Google Jamboard, they equip designers, we equip the corporate manager and provide them with a turnkey solution that is going to nudge them with meeting best practices, maybe a creative meeting, a strategic meeting, or a problem-solving meeting. Okay. Why us? Me and my co-founder, we combine about 45 years of experience in technology development and virtual meeting facilitation. That means that we are meeting facilitator from the pre-COVID area, where most of the remote meetings were a challenge for everyone, for most of people. And we learned so much about the user need and the user experience through these challenges. Our go-to-market strategy has one highlight. We are the only platform in the space that is entirely and natively developed in Arabic. The Arabic-speaking market is 400 million people, 25 countries, and only 3% of the online content is in Arabic. The SaaS market in the MENA region is growing steadily at 18% per year. So now that we have developed, tested, and validated the product, we are looking to scale and grow. We are looking to do it now with a seed funding of $500,000. So $500,000 to solve a $400 billion problem. Thank you.
All right, well done. Big round of applause. Let's hear from our jury. I'm sure we've got some questions.
Hi, Sophia. Can you hear me? Yep. Hi, Sophia. Thanks for that presentation. My question is simply around adoption. So most of these collaborative productivity type of tools, once you have them, it's usually from a user perspective, for the first couple of days or weeks or whatever, you're very involved and engaged, but you quickly see that drop off. What is your plan around sort of adoption and keeping it and retaining customers on your platform?
Well, it depends. So we have started with working with enterprises, and when you had like a business with 100 employees, for example, they have to keep on working on the software. And we have at the same time launched a SaaS product, and for churn, there are many cases. We're trying to be very dynamic with events, for example, and getting our users to be engaged with events, content. So that would be my answer.
But what would you say makes it sticky from a user perspective? What would keep me using the platform repetitively over and over again versus maybe either just going to another platform or resorting to traditional ways of keeping track of these?
Well, once you have your work on a platform, you are already kind of engaged. We're, as other actors, we are constantly developing. And what makes us sticky, I guess, it's the benefit that you get, like, for example, saving time or the experience that you get with the platform. So I would get there into specifics of features and the benefits that users see.
Just one final thing. Is this, who are you selling to? Are you selling to businesses that have typically 10 to 50 employees? Are you selling to much larger enterprises? Who's your target market here within the Arabic-speaking region?
So it's between 50 and 300 employees. That's the market that we have today, and we believe it's a good market because they're the ones that are not really equipped with the solutions like that, so we are also first to come.
All right, thank you so much. Come on down. Well done. Cheers. Big round of applause for Excelway. Coming up next, we've got Reslocate. Is Reslocate in the room? Am I saying that right? Reslocate? Reslocate? Ah, there he goes. I love when people, well, I keep saying names and people are like, I'm like, yeah, don't worry, we'll wait. It's all right. Come on down, buddy. Get a running start. Jump. Watch your feet. Safety. We're not insured up here. I'm definitely not. I don't know about you, but there you go, bud. Big green button.
Oh, big green. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ole. I am co-founder and CMO of Reslocate. The world is currently experiencing a student housing shortage crisis. This is due to the fact that universities do not offer enough university-owned student housing, and PBSAs are still being built, so we still have an insufficient number of purpose-built student housing. But another issue is there aren't enough systems to protect students from overpricing, as well as exploitation and fraudulent leases. Reslocate is an interactive student housing platform that connects students with credible student housing providers in a simple, safe, and effortless manner, which in turn saves time, saves money, and reduces safety risks. Currently, in the market we're operating in, which is South Africa, there are over 2.5 million students, and there's a bed surplus of over 1 million. And the estimated surplus for next year is 1.5 million. We currently have over 3 million property owners that are providing rentals. The global student housing market is 220 billion, with 8 million of those students being international students. This is growing at a rate of 4.2%, and the value of the online home rental services market is 14.2 billion. Our product is relatively easy to use. You just download the app, create your free account, and follow the command prompts. So far, we have over 6,000 beds loaded on the app and over 1,000 downloads. We have recently partnered with the Moya app, which is a data-free instant messaging marketplace that has over 3 million unique visitors per day. Our other partners include a property association and a few universities from our country. I must mention that we've also recently partnered with the Istanbul Technical University seed program to measure the feasibility of Reslocate being assessed for their institution. Our business model is simple. We charge between 5 to 10% of the transaction value. 5% for local students, 10% for international students. Our market adoption strategy comprises of events such as activations, workshops, and sponsorships. And our partnerships, we look for strategic partnerships in the sectors that are conducive to the student journey, such as banking, property associations, edtech companies, and student governing bodies. The one advantage we have over our customers is that Restlocate is very student different because we are inclusive. It's easy to use. Our brand message is one that students can relate to.
All right. Let's get some questions from our jury.
Hi.
So just a quick question around who you are partnering with. Are you partnering with property developers, or are you partnering with just individual independent homeowners or people who have a flat here and there?
Homeowners, homeowner associations.
Homeowner associations.
That's correct.
Are you able to vet the credibility of the people that are on your platform posting houses and accommodation?
Yes, so what we have done is, because we've been bootstrapping, so we used a rubric from different universities whereby these accommodations are already accredited. And for the ones in rural areas, we employ students to check if these properties in their respective areas meet the standards that are required by the university.
Right. And within that, do you have any influence on the pricing mechanisms that are listed on your platform? Or are you more of a price recipient in that you just take a percentage of the commission regardless of whatever the price is set?
For us, there's a cap in terms of pricing, depending on the area. So we use a system whereby certain areas cannot overcharge students. If the area is too impoverished, we look at the LSM. So we do not want a situation whereby these property owners are charging a student way above their LSM, in essence.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, just a quick one. I mean, could you flip to your next slide if you have a second? You had it briefly. No, the one on your competition. Yeah. So how are you? I mean, South Africa is known for its prop techs that have unfortunately not done so well. So how are you different from Diggs, for example, that I think is your closest competitor? If you could just summarize it in a few sentences.
Okay, we are different from Drix because of our distribution and what we offer. The reason why we partnered with the Moya Ed, for example, is to also leverage partnerships with ShopRite and other services so that students can get discounts.
All right, fantastic. Come on down, buddy. Take that from you. Cheers. Thank you for that round of applause. You see, we're getting so much better at that. You see, now we're woken up. We got dynamic things going on. Next startup, can I bring down Inspect for Less? He's ready. He's hungry. He's getting up there. I see that.
Ta-da. Ta-da. Hello, Mauritius. So meanwhile, we're incorporated in Mauritius. The team is here. You can meet them live. And the reason is the weather's nice and tax is very friendly to corporates. So no slideshow. That's okay. Nathaniel, are we good? Yes, no, maybe? Click. My presentation would be better. Click, click, click. I'll charge for that if I do your pitch. This is not me. So where do I go with this, Nathaniel? Keep on clicking. I have to thank Nathaniel. I was late in handing it in, I guess. So where am I? Anyway, Stefan, coming up? Pleased to meet you all. Meanwhile, you're all on your phones. I'd like you to go to inspectforless.com, create your buyer account, post a request for inspection, get multiple quotes within minutes, pay online with PayPal. Bob's your uncle. So that was my pitch, really. Dead? Maybe you come back later? Keep on talking, keep on clicking.
That's what I would do.
All right, thanks, brother. Inspectforless.com, world's first inspection marketplace. Anything, anywhere can be inspected for quality and quantity control. So we're the world's first inspection marketplace. We've just entirely trashed, I'd say, an obsolete business model. It's a $380 billion market worldwide, which is currently controlled by 4 majors. Not to name them, Bureau Veritas, ITS, SGS. They know we're here, and we're not competing. We're a marketplace. And those big guys controlling 50% of the market are actually shopping the work out to 80,000 subcontractors who are charging them $80. The big guys are charging $800. There's a bit of a market, bit of a spread for us to make money. So what we've put together as veterans, I may look a lot younger, but as veterans of the inspection business, we've set up a B2b Inspection Marketplace. So we're basically allowing any buyer in B2G, B2B, B2C to post a request for inspection online on your phone, get multiple quotes within minutes, whether your goods are in China or in India and Pakistan, Southeast Asia, or in the US. You're buying a house, you want to have it inspected beforehand, you need multiple quotes, get them online, select the best deal, appoint the guy, pay with your credit card, watch your report pop up on your dashboard, download, job done. That's basically us. So what's really, really cool, what I wanted to let you know, is that we got awarded the Tech for Good award, and that's the reason why we're here in pitching on, I think it was January, mid-January sometime. Between January and now, we actually secured our seed round. So we got a valuation of 5.5 million US. We got a financial and technical partner on board, and we're now rolling out a business plan. Our KPIs are starting to buzz. We've got 1,000 buyers on board. We've got 450 inspection companies, close to 5,000 freelancers, and we've got repeat customers. Cost of acquisition has dropped from $90 to $15. Our conversion rate is sitting somewhere on the 5% benchmark at the moment, which we're trying to optimize. And I think that would have been 3 minutes. So thank you very much. I'm open to questions.
Big round of applause on that one. Big round of applause on that one. Well done. Thank you. I think it was even better without the PowerPoint, but that's just me. Jury, what do we say?
Honestly, without slides, it's very hard for me to ask any relevant questions. So I'm going to have to. Is there no way we can see slides?
So the issue, from what I understood about the slides, is that there was a lack of internet. There was a lot of cables involved, people running left and right. I don't know. I'm just a pretty face who gets up there and talks. I don't know why everybody's looking at me. That being said,
I've got a question for you. Sure. So you mentioned that your cost of acquisition has gone down from, I think, 90 to 50.
Yeah, 15,
1.5 from 9.0.
From 9.0 to 1.5. Yeah.
All right, that's quite a big jump down. What has changed, or what influenced that?
Social networks, LinkedIn, Facebook. We've optimized our cost of acquisition by simply also multi-level marketing our activity to other buyers with similar customer profiles. So we identified very early on that our perfect profile was actually a marketplace. So we got quite a number of marketplaces on board. Guys who are selling stuff in the US, they're buying in India and China, they need a pre-shipment inspection done to control quality. So when one marketplace started using it, the other marketplaces started using us. So that's why our cost of acquisition per buyer and per number of inspections just literally collapsed, and we're now sitting in the sweet spot where we're trying to optimize even that.
Can you talk a little to your revenue model? Are you on a per inspection basis, or do you have a retainer?
Stock standard, 19.5% commission on every transaction. So the quotes come in, buyer sees a quote for $200. It includes our commission plus transactional fees, which are PayPal fees or credit card fees, 4% in when we receive the money upfront. So we've got no debt. And once the inspection is done, we pay the inspector out, and that's another 4%, that's 8%, so 19.5 minus 8, our net earnings before income tax etc., is about 12% right now.
And your team that goes out to do the inspecting, have they been outsourced or are they all within?
Well, they are
original?
actually all the subcontractors of the existing big players, and we've got 3,000 of those on board, so they apply for registration to be vetted by us. We check their CVs, their qualifications, accreditations, and we maintain an up-to-date of registered and qualified QA and QC professionals.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
All right, well done, man. Well done. I do apologize for that. Joking aside. Yeah, exactly, man. So, well done, honestly, for going with the punches. You can't applaud that again, because I think even I, you know, I know what I say, but if I lose track. So, all joking aside, though, I do apologize for the technical difficulties with a lot of moving parts and people running back and forth. Things do happen. I do apologize. But the funny thing is that I'm a communications and pitch coach, and the people that I work with, I always remind them that, in fact, you know what you're talking about. And you saw how quickly he got those numbers out? I mean, I can't even, if I was reading it off a paper, read it that quickly. So again, thank you for your flexibility and your patience. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Our next startup coming up is Afroto. Yeah, come on down, buddy. Thank you for the applause. Is that you?
Is that me?
Can we go backwards?
Oh, no. That's not the
2
right
seconds.
side.
2 seconds. No, let's not. Because if you start getting
Yeah,
nervous,
they are
I'm going to
not-
start
it's
getting
not
nervous,
like-
and they're going to start getting nervous. Everybody's going to start getting nervous.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But no, they are not those slides.
Is it good? It's not the right slides. Just one more second. Afrotoe.
That was the slide from Dakar.
Yeah, so apparently the anthill is becoming the mountain. Nobody's making a big deal out of it. It actually is kind of a problem. Just give us 2 seconds to get this sorted, and we'll be floating on. Thank you for the patience. You look lovely up there. Can we give him a round of applause? You look so natural, like you were born to stand on that stage.
Thank you. I broke my jaw doing pictures to the
Jeez, guy, come on. Let's keep it friendly. Where can we get the outfit? Somebody's asking.
Like, that's come from Benin, but I know a lot of guys all over in several countries that can do the same for you.
Fantastic.
With
Yes,
pleasure.
I think he's going to connect you to the source pretty easily. There you go. Good. Wonderful. Let's get that timer going, and the floor is yours.
Okay. Well, we are building the future of audiovisual services in Africa. We have built the biggest community of photographers and videographers. So if you want to invest on a marketplace, pay attention. Oh, well, that's my pitch deck from Dakar, not the right one. So, no, I'm not doing the same presentation as that. So I will follow without the presentation here. So basically, can we restart the time? Like I'm not on the, yeah? So let's go. Okay, so basically we have built the biggest community of photographers and videographers. And so we, on our first year, we've been operating on 14 countries. We have been given 40K to Afro creators, and we have now more than 300 Afro creators on board. Afro creators are photographers and videographers that work with us. But what do we do? Well, we are considered as the African Mirror. Well, not for being a unicorn yet, but for having that good on-demand service. Basically, we as Boom, Ocus, and Mirror, we can deliver quickly images on several cities with quality and homogeneity. If you see the pictures on like Booking.com or on Deliveroo, they are mainly done by Miro, Ocus, and Miro. But well, we've been thinking, those actors are not coming in Africa. They're not in Africa. There is not actors that are doing the same in Africa. So we went to see Gozem, which is like a marketplace that is operating on 6 countries. They're doing food delivery, and they told us that the market was not right.
And so I called the mirror the unicorn, and I've been talking with the manager that told me that as soon as a global marketplace will come to Africa and ask them for photos, they will come. So I was like, should I resign? Of course not. We have to be ready. And so I was wondering, where is the market? It's true that for marketplace, the right time to market, it's not now. But there is money to do. On our first year, we have done 110K US dollar on a mine that we find that is like international organizations and NGOs. They need pictures and videos to promote what they do. And so we have started to work with them, with the World Bank, IOF, Oxfam, and all those names, all over 14 countries. We aim to reach 8,000 Afro creators by 2026 and reach 20 million US dollar. We are two on board. My associate is an engineer, really good. He has built all the platform, and I'm the business guy. And by the two of us, we have reached all those milestones. So imagine what we could do with more talents. We are looking for 250K to build a strong team, go on our tech. We want to optimize the processes. We are developing new products for photographers and videographers over Africa, and we want to have a big community in order to be ready to when the time to market for marketplaces will be ready, and so to lock the African markets. Thank you.
All right, Jerry, let's jump in there.
Thank you. Are you positioning yourself as a marketplace for creators, or are you positioning yourself as an e-commerce platform for buyers, or is it a combination of the two?
It's a kind of combination of the two. Basically, what we have the community of photographers, but as the demands, we only work in high volume demands. So always today we are doing interviews on four countries. So the Afro creators do the shots. We give them strong guidelines. They do the shot. They send us the shots, and we do all the post-production internally. So we have quality control, and we can deliver homogeneous content. So Afro creators are not in direct relation with the customer.
But I mean, wouldn't one of your competitors just be stock photography companies, or? I mean, the market leader in this is Getty Images. I mean, would you what makes your photographic content unique? Is it the Africa aspect to it, or what?
I get you. Well, in fact, our competitor are agencies, such as I was saying, kind of mirror, the community of photographers. We do on-demand pictures, so we build the pictures for the customer. But what we plan now to do with the money is to build a kind of Getty image adapted to Africa. Today we don't have Pixabay Getty image in Africa. When you go on Shutterstock, you have few images of Africa, and as we have a lot of demands from our photographers and videographers, we want to allow them to put the pictures and so show our beautiful continents.
We have one final question from the jury? No?
Hi, thank you for that. I had a question around when you're using these services as a consumer, right? And you're using a platform like yours, which I believe is a freelance model, right? You bring in freelance photographers into that. Sometimes it's hard to maintain the consistency that you get across from a product perspective. So I could have one photographer one day and another photographer the other day, but the standard that comes out of that, how do you measure or maintain some sort of consistency across what you're delivering?
We are targeting standardizable verticals. So for example, now for those interviews that we've done, for the interview that we are doing today, they are always interview. And on our database, when a photographer or videographer apply for the platform, he have to fill the forms saying what he have done, what he can do, and show his portfolio. Then we send him try out based on what he do. So he has said that he's doing interview. We ask him to do an interview with the guidelines that we will send it to him, so we will know if he's able to respect the guidelines. And as we give the same guidelines to for each customer, we will build guidelines for the customer. So if they're able to answer to the guidelines, they will be able to do the content. And as we do the post-production internally, we're able to maintain homogeneity for the customer.
All right, well done. Thank you so much, buddy. Come on down. Thank you again for being flexible. I apologize for the technical difficulties. I'm going to make sure those slides are up, hot, and ready to go before I get my next person up here, my next startup. I did promise him that at least. How are we looking, guys? Yeah? Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. All right. Without further ado, I'm going to bring down Survey 54. I had that in my mind to make the joke. I said not to do it. Here you go, my friend. Big green button.
Hello, everyone. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Survey 54, and we're solving the problem of consumer intelligence on the continent. So what's the problem that we're actually solving? Consumer data is expensive, there's a large monopoly, and it can take up to 2 months to get your data. And we know that Africa is a cash-based economy, so there's little to no consumer spending data. So ask yourselves a question. How do FMCG companies understand consumer habits? How do media companies understand who's listening and watching to their programs? And how do startups expand and understand the consumer in the next country? We have a solution. We work on speed, price, and accuracy. We built a platform that allows you to contact millions of Africans instantly. Our technology allows us to gather data and spit out instant insights. And our API connects with telcos to monetize their consumer data. We have 2 products, our category trackers, which allow you to track consumer behavior over time. And then we also have our self-serve platform. You as a company can go on there, choose your audience, ask your questions, and get results very, very easily. So what are companies paying for at the moment? They pay for Excel and PowerPoint. We want to bring these companies into the future where they get an interactive dashboard and they can see consumer data quickly, easily, and they can easily make data-driven decisions. The market is about 3.8 billion in Africa and Middle East. And we have about 100,000 respondents on our platform where we're able to ask some questions and grow that to about 5 million with our partners. Business model is simple, pay per month for category trackers, and then self-serve, pay per response. Our competitors are starting to use us now because we're scaling very, very quickly. Last 8 months, we've done about 250, and by 2023, we believe we'll reach about 5 million in revenue. Our team is, I used to work at SurveyMonkey, and these are my 2 co-founders that have a tech background. This is our team in Nigeria as well. Very lovely picture. But then how do we get to 1 million a month in revenue? We need about 100 companies paying about $10,000. We have 98, we have 2, and we need 98 to go. We're raising 1.5 for more or less sales development, expansion, and audience marketing. So help us make data on a continent much more accessible. Thank you very much.
All right, well done. Let's hear from the jury.
Hi, thank you so much for that. Just a question on the 2 customers that you do have. How long did it take you to acquire them? And what is the roadmap or timeline that you're looking for to acquire the next 98?
It took about, for one of them, contract took about 3 months, and then the other one took about 3 weeks. But that's one because contracts were long to a certain extent. And then in terms of, you said timeline for, sorry?
To acquire the next 98.
Oh, sorry. Oh, okay.
To acquire the next 98.
So we believe, it's actually a resource problem, right? So we are building our audience measurement tracker, for example, which allows us to track media consumption. And we have companies ready and waiting to pay, but we haven't built out the tech yet. So it's more or less we have a waiting list, but we're building out the tech and the audience to make that work, essentially. To acquire those companies took a matter of weeks.
So how extensive is your pipeline right now, and what is the average period or duration of a contract?
So the contract is around 2 years, right? So we've had Uber and we've had Diageo. So we've had Uber for about a year now, and we've had Diageo for about 4 months. But usually contracts are around 2 years. And in terms of pipeline, we would say is around, I'd say around 500,000 at the moment for audience measurement tracker, and then for our shopper tracker, etc. But we just haven't built out that product yet.
Okay, thank you.
It's a quick one, Stefan. Well, a good pitch again. From a unit economics perspective, when you give rewards to completed surveys, do you deduct the cost of the rewards from the cost of sales? So I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, how do you measure your unit economics on rewards?
Yeah, so for a respondent, so for a company, they pay us, let's say, around $3 per response.
Yep.
And then we would pay out to the respondent around 30 cents or 20 cents, essentially. One thing we are introducing is now like a points model. We should give us better unit economics, where it's more or less a points model where they keep on getting ranked or they keep on earning points, whether it might be airtime, cash, or even crypto to a certain extent, and then we pay out after that. So it's more of a gamification type model, which should save us a lot of money.
Because what you don't want is to have users that keep responding to surveys because they get freebies.
Yeah.
And your user quality data becomes relatively
Agreed.
dismangled. There's a company called Yo-Yo Wallet that you should work with that does rewards integration that could give you better...
An SA.
In SA, yeah.
Okay, I
And
think
the UK.
they're expensive. Thank you.
Awesome.
All right, come on down, buddy. Big round of applause. Where is that clicker? Oh, shit. I stole it. All right, fantastic. Let's keep the show on the road. I'm going to call down Baya Group. Is Baya Group ready? Coming on down? Or I'm going to see somebody running from across the room, waving their hands in the air. Baya Group, are we in the area? Are we excited to go? Baya Group. Can I get Nathaniel and Europa have left the building. So I'm up here flying. Oh no, he's right there. Well, you're not at the post. Where's Baya Group then? Huh? Ah, so that one actually was a foreseeable one. They have, unfortunately, an illness. I don't have my list up here with me then. I go one by one. Who's the next startup then? Hub Tiger, you sure? All right, Hub Tiger, come on down. I'm not so sure, buddy. Here you go, buddy. All right. 3 minutes on the clock. Take it away, my friend.
Thank you. I'm Stuart, CEO and co-founder of Hub Tiger. We are advancing the way the cycling industry works and works together. There are 1 billion bikes in the world. I got ridden over by about 5 of them this morning just trying to get here. And they're from commuters in Africa to commuters in Europe. You've got guys that look at cycling as a sport to all the way to the professionals. And there are 40,000 bike shops that are supporting these cyclists. The issue with the ecosystem is that most of them are still using paper job cards, paper schedules. I mean, who's walked into a bike shop and they whip out this piece of paper, write your name down, write your bike for the 4th time, and you've been there 8 times? So we have built a web and mobile solution for bike shops, which digitizes everything from online bookings all the way through to point of sales. It's what happens when you don't have pitch. Oh yes, yeah, thank you. So we're 3.5 years old. We have got 350 bike shops on board. We've done over 500,000 services through our platform, and we've done $1 million worth of transactions through our mobile app. The first 2 years it took we got to 25 bike shops, and it was just South Africa. And then really in the last 1.5 years, we've exponential growth from 25 to 350 in the last 1.5 years. And we are looking, so then the team is myself. I do sales, partnerships, I make great coffee. And then we've got 2 co-founders, the other 2 co-founders who are full stack developers. They are beasts. And we've got other team members. And then I think that's it. All right. We're looking for $1 million. There we go. Thank you.
Round of applause. Thank you very much. Let's move on to the questions from the jury, please.
Sweet.
Yes, I'd seen you guys about 4 years ago, maybe three years ago, and I wonder what it takes to actually start convincing bike shops to use, that use paper processes right now to remind people of their services. I mean, I think in theory it sounds incredible, Why is it that you've taken so long to get traction? Is it just a lack of education in the market? The bike shops are paying you, but the ultimate cost is borne by the customer, so it's B2B2C, right, if I understand the model correctly?
So the model is the bike shop pays us a subscription. So it's software as a service. They pay us a monthly amount, and yeah, the customers for free. So that's how it works. The first 2 years, I mean, I walked into pretty much every bike shop in South Africa. That's for the official, yeah. I walked into every bike shop in South Africa, and it was a slow process. For the first 2 years, we got to 25 bike shops. I almost quit 1,000 times. COVID happened, and overnight, we started seeing growth, mostly from international. 2 years ago, we had one international shop. Most of our growth has been international, and from COVID, people like non-tech savvy people understood what Zoom was, understood what Google Hangouts were. Before, I had to walk into a bike shop and sell. Now, I sell from 5 a.m. to New Zealand shops all the way through 9 p.m. to Canadian and US shops. And they go on like this because they have online point of sales, which we integrate into. In South Africa, so the first 2 years was, let's say it's a learning experience. It's really been the last year and a half, which has been pushing the software. And it's been me selling, no one else.
But I mean, this isn't an IoT play because there's nothing unique. I mean, like is this a, a software service for bike shops to keep track of what bikes you're servicing, when, how often? I mean, what's the tech? I'm trying to understand, like, what is the unique tech that you guys are building?
So software as a service,
yeah.
B2B.
Okay.
We handle everything from online bookings. You go onto someone's website, you can book in. It goes into their schedule. Mechanics start using the software to write notes, add quotes, add items to a quote. As the bike goes through the workshop, we send out automated communication to the customers, letting them know that their bike is ready, they can pay for the service, and then it goes through the point of sale to pay.
So it's nothing unique to just bikes. You could do it for cars. You could do it for anything.
We get requests every week. We've got, I mean, this morning was some dude selling, was it jewelry? Because they've got workshops. So
okay,
we do, but we need to focus because we can do this with any industry, but we need to focus somewhere.
Okay. Cool.
All right, thank you very much. I'll take that from you. Thank you very much. Big round of applause. Last startup for our emerging markets category. Can I get Trip Low to come on down, please? Trip Low, there he is, my friend. Big round of applause. Hop up on stage gently.
Hello, everyone. My name is Victor Chaiteji. I'm the founding CEO of Triplo. So I left corporate and I bought trucks and faced a lot of problems running that trucking business. And I tried to piece together so many different solutions, but couldn't find the right solution. Sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry. Come on. All right. So I left corporate and then I bought trucks, faced a lot of problems in that trucking business, and as a result, I started Triplo. So going into the industry, saw a lot of problems across cargo customers and transporters alike. So cargo customers were facing a lot of issues around fulfilling capacity, inconsistent service, very expensive contracts. And on the supply side, a lot of them were facing a lot of issues around access to work, very long payment cycles, and they're running their operations very manually with very old fleet. So as a result, African economies lose at least $180 billion annually because of those logistics inefficiencies. And logistics itself is actually the biggest, logistics itself contributes about 13% to African GDPs. And road freight is the biggest contributor to that. So that's why we exist as Triplo. So we've built a holistic end-to-end logistics software platform that does three things. So firstly, we connect demand and supply through a marketplace, which is software as a service marketplace and a logistics as a service marketplace. Secondly, we're facilitating for people to get paid on delivery instead of them waiting for 30 to 90 days. And then lastly, we're automating the whole journey end to end. And our system on the marketplace side is highly supported by multiple features that support the end-to-end logistics journey. So to date, we have over 200 cargo customers, over 700 trucking companies from 12 countries. And just last month alone, we moved cargo 4 times around the circumference of the globe, around the world. And our team is based out of Joburg, and we're quite excited to be here, and we'll be keen to engage with a few potential investors. We're not raising right now, but we will be raising in a few months' time. Thank you.
All right, well done. Clap, clap, clap. Applause. Don't go anywhere yet. Let's hear from our jury.
Yeah, hi, mate. How's it going? Just curious to hear on your traction across different borders and, more importantly, issues around customs. I know there are a lot of companies that have tried doing this, especially around the SADC, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Malawi route. How do you deal with issues around customs and trades and tariffs across borders? We've seen lots of horror stories. How do you deal with that? What's the story around insurance? Who bears the liability for lost, stolen, damaged goods, especially when you travel goods across borders? And if customs officials end up holding packages on your freight, where does the risk lie? Those, if you touch upon that. Sorry, lots of questions, sorry.
Fantastic. So, so we've been moving cargo in and out of 8 countries now in the Southern African region. And we haven't experienced too many issues at the borders because our platform actually does pre-planning and it does route optimization. And we even now, taking over companies like AB InBev, a lot of their cross-border inputs into production, as well as finished product from South Africa into other areas. So our platform is actually geared towards that African Free Trade Agreement to enable better access to borders. And things are actually moving now about 30% faster than they were before they had Triplo. And then on the issue of goods in transit, so we ensure goods in transit, the trucking company has goods in transit, and we also carry contingency goods in transit. So we're actually one of the first platforms, non-physical companies that have ever gotten a contingency goods in transit arrangement. Great.
And then just one final thing, if you don't have other questions, is are you charging a subscription fee for people that use the platform multiple occasions, or is it a percentage of distance traveled, weight of the goods, etc., or is it both, or what's the?
Yeah, so we charge a percentage of the logistics cost. So we take anything from 1% to 8%, depending on whether it's a white labeled solution or it's a public marketplace. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, well done. Give a round of applause. Thank you so much. I'll take that from you. Cheers. So that was the end of our emerging markets category. Can we get a big round of applause for all the participating startups who are going to be, again, milling around the area. Feel free to go up to them and have a chat if you'd like to know more. I'd like to as well thank our certified jury for their participation and their questions. Round of applause for the jury. Round of applause for the jury. All right, guys. So if Nathaniel's going to bring in some new jury members, I'd love to see them. Fantastic. There's that music that I love. Jury members. Last moment of deliberation. We're going to get new jury members in. Our next category is going to be the FinTech category. Something that most of us are probably well versed in, but if you don't know, you're about to know. I see some expecting jury member. Fantastic, love that. We got our jury member sitting down. Let's see, what else do we have going on? Also after the event, obviously, we do have some interesting pitches coming up still, obviously. We've got some twists on the ordinary stand-up startup pitch that I hope you'll stick around for. And also we have our VC night at the end of the afternoon where you guys can again mingle, and this time around cocktails, rather than just finger foods and PowerPoints and things of this nature. Do we have any other jury members coming down? Yes, he is. Thank you very much. Sit down, don't worry. We're all happy to have you. All right. So without further ado, I think I can march forward with Lena Finance. Lena Finance. I almost messed that up. It was Lena Pay, right? Come on down. A round of applause for Lena Finance. Thank you, guys. We're still awake, aren't we? There you go. And I've got...
Do I start? Good afternoon, everyone. Bonjour, ça va? All right, I'm Tony from Line of Finance. Anyway, I see there's tech issues. So Line of Finance is a digital financial service provider providing instant credit at the point of purchase. We increase sales of SMEs partners by creating flexible payment option to customers. And we do this while being fully Sharia compliant. The challenge is, in the market, when you go to buy any goods or services, daily purchases, you must pay 100% upfront. If you want it on credit, you have to have collaterals or guarantee. And half of the population in developing markets are Islamic, and there is lack of Islamic financial products. So how do we solve it? So a third-party service platform that combines data from multiple sources and with the ability to create instant credit decision. No need for collateral, and the magic is the entire service can be embedded to any transaction. And all of this while being compliant to Sharia lending law. Our vision is to be an enabler. Our mission is to achieve deeper financial inclusion and while achieving the maximum transparency. Our service platform is connected to multiple data sources. And through that, we're able to make instant credit decision, extend it to different verticals, whether it's insurance or device financing or any type of product that we can embed into at the transaction point. Why Lina? I think that's the biggest question. We have products, financial products, that are complying to Sharia and conventional law. Secondly, our business model is aligned with our partners, creating a rocket-boosting possibility for growth. And lastly, we have strong and very credible partners in our network. The potential market within East Africa, it's around 100 million customers. And we plan to reach 6 million in the next 3 years. We have proven concept and tested by the market, and now we are ready to scale with 50,000 merchants that are offered in our partner network for us to offer our financial services. In addition, we have a team behind us that has a proven record in setting up startups and growing them in Europe and Africa.
All right, well done. Let's hear from the jury.
Thank Thank you. Thank you for the presentation, great presentation. My question is about how easy or difficult is it to have the partnership about the information you use for credit scoring, for example?
Thank you for the question. So our background, I work in the Credit Reference Bureau. So we are connected to multiple data sources. That was quite easy for us to set up because it was there was a high demand in the market, and we are always growing through our products are mostly partner-driven. So it was in the interest of the telcos, because we are increasing the value for their subscribers to stick in their network when they are using our service. So it was quite easy to get access to data in different sources because we're adding so much value to their businesses.
Thank you for that. For the funding part, can you describe a little bit how you plan to use it? I understand that you want to scale up in Tanzania and then expand. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yes. So when we secure funding, the first part is to open up what is in the pipeline in terms of all the verticals that we have created in the device financing and insurance. So first chunk of the fund will go to actually financing the loan portfolio. And then entering the neighboring markets that we have partner presence, meaning our partner has strong presence in those markets, so that we can take advantage of those areas because we've already been asked to actually enter in other markets with our partners. Yeah.
And how about the rates you apply to the client?
So we're practicing a risk-based lending, which is Sharia compliant and non-Sharia compliant. So based on the customer ability to pay and the risk they present, we weigh the customer according to that, and even the credit limit is designed to fit just that.
All right, thank you so much. Come on down, buddy. Big round of applause for Lena Pay. Finance. I don't know why I keep saying that. Jesus, it's fintech. There's got to be pay or finance or something, clicking and all this stuff. So again, let's move forward. I'd like to welcome down to the stage Pay Genius. Oh, he knows his place. He knows he's ready to go. Round of applause for Pay Genius. Make sure, give it a wet. Ça, c'est bon. C'est bon.
Afternoon, everyone. My name is Sebastian Lacour, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of PayGenius. So PayGenius is a fintech for the travel sector. We are based in Cape Town, and we offer payment services for the whole of Africa. We specialize in the travel market in Africa, and for the last 5 years, we've helped various operators in this market collect payments conveniently online from the customer in multiple currencies. We work with all the verticals in the travel sector, transport operators, hotel B&B, safaris, and activity providers. They all face the same challenge, which is common across SMEs in Africa: access to online processing, integration and automation, particularly in the travel sector. A lot of the platform used by those operators to manage inventories, to manage operations are overseas platform, and they're not well integrated into African payment systems. There's also the FX risk. Some of those operators operate across multiple jurisdictions, and they've got suppliers in dollars or in euros, and they've got to manage those risks. The processing and the forex rate fees that are quite high. PayPal is still very expensive in Africa. And finally, reconciliation of various payment methods. And it's all those problems that we've chosen to solve with PayGenius, with a single platform that aggregate all of this conveniently for the merchant. Our business model is very simple. We are an acquirer, so we charge a percentage fee, and that's it. In terms of channels, our operators use various solutions. One popular one is a payment request, where a service provider sends a payment request in dollars or in euros. The customer receives the request and can settle in his own currency. But we've also developed strong partnerships, particularly automation in the sector. Activitar, which is a platform provider for the activity sector, the leader in South Africa, is integrated with us, and with them we've managed to do some real innovation in this sector where activity provider can cross-sell their activity to the customer. We also work with SignMinder, which collect payment for OTA, such as Expedia and Booking.com. We've automated the collection process for the hotels. In terms of the market, we're looking at a 40 billion opportunity, and that's only by 2027, so about double what it was last year. And we're only talking about 5% share of African travel, so the opportunity is big. Importantly, traction. We're currently processing 2.5 million euros of transaction a month for 200 merchants, and that's 50% year-on-year growth versus pre-COVID. Obviously, the last 2 years have been difficult, but we're already 50% up. And we only have 50% of international traveler back in Africa. So the potential for the summer from September is really high. Our team, I'm a serial entrepreneur. We've got Yuri, our CTO, with 20 years experience in software development, and Robin. And we're looking for €1 million to build partnership, raise a sales team, expand into East Africa. Thank you.
Hello. Hi, thanks. Great presentation. I'm wondering, what's your take on transaction volume? What's your take? What's your take rate?
So we start at 3.2%. And then it will depend on the currency that you choose. We work mostly with hard currencies, euro, dollars. And it drops down as we deal with bigger and bigger hotels, particularly hotel chains, and it will be a lower percentage.
From where are your principal clients around the world? The geographic?
So it'd be 70. We come from South Africa, so 70% of those volumes come from South Africa, and then 30% from the rest of Africa. So you'll have the big travel hub. So Southern Africa mostly at the moment. It'll be Tanzania, Mauritius, Madagascar, kind of this region. And we operate everything from Cape Town now, so the objective is to raise money to get sales in Joburg as well as in Kenya to cover this whole area.
Question about the addressable market. I mean, I understand that you're targeting clients like hotels, etc. So can you give us some figures around that? How many of them do you target in South Africa, and maybe if you expand?
So the addressable market I was talking was online travel industry in general. And then there's different segments. So currently with Activitar, we got about half of the activity providers in South Africa. And South Africa's tech platform are quite well established into the rest of Africa. For hotels, I'm just starting. Now there's a new vertical where I'm getting traction with those automation with the OTAs that we've done, Booking.com, Expedia, when we process those payments. So I don't have a number, but what I would say is a lot of South African chains have, hotels across the rest of Africa, because South Africa is a hub as a destination. People come there and then travel into East Africa. So we're working with those partners.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well done. Come on down, buddy. Thank you so much. What a pleasure. All right, moving on with the fintech category. Can I have FedaPay? FedaPay, I love it when they're ready to go with a big smile. Can I get a big round of applause for FedaPay, please?
Hi, everyone. My name is Boris Kumonji, and I'm a CEO and co-founder of FedaPay. According to the Brookings Institute, the African market consumer will be worth like $2,000 billion in 2025, and this represents around 400 billion for West Africa. And that's a huge opportunity for businesses. But due to the COVID-19 situation, a lot of companies in Africa start the digital transformation. And one of the big problems they are facing actually is how do they, they don't have a strong payment infrastructure they can base on to do the business. Either it's online or face-to-face, accepting payment face-to-face. This is one of the problems we're trying to solve. We are providing a simple and reliable solution for all Africans in order to get paid and also to pay everyone in Africa, whatever the payment method is. So our solution is pretty simple. We start our business doing like a business online payment solution for businesses. And now we are leveraged on this solution to provide an e-wallet solution for unbanking people so they can collect asset payment, but also send payment. And then we are targeting informal sector so they can accept payment with a small, smart POS that can accept mobile money but also credit card. According to the opportunities, our market size is worth like $100 billion. That represents the digital payment in world Africa, according to the statistics. And our business model is quite simple. We take 0.5 and around 0.5 and 1% commission on successful transaction. We have some competitors in the continent, but one of our key, most valuable competitive advantage we have a big executive team because we successfully go into 6 countries in just, let's say, 7 countries to today in just 3 years. That took around 6 years for our competitor to do. We have a good traction. Actually, we are processing around $12 million transaction per volume transaction monthly, and we have clients like government, but also financial institution, and we are working with also the bank, providing some of the solution for people in Africa. What we were seeking, we are seeking to $3 billion in order to grow quickly in Africa. So our goal is to reach 100 million volume per month and also have our 5K users for our e-wallet solution and launch our POS solution for 10K businesses. Our team is very strong. I'm Boris Kumunji, the CEO, and I have a strong background in tech, but also in financial. Help us build the next payment infrastructure. Thank you.
All right, well done. Let's get some minutes on the clock and hear from our jury.
Thanks for your presentation. What do you think about the larger payment infrastructure players' competition in countries like Senegal, Nigeria, and how they expand into Benin and Togo?
I think the most difficult part for expanding in the country would be like getting the solution in each country, because all of this telco and also payment infrastructure solution doesn't have interconnection, interoperability between them. So the most difficult part is to go get the solution in each country, and that's very, very difficult because you have to do all the administrative part, but also meet the regulation, because each country in Benin, in each area has its own regulation. And there is also the problem based on the currency, because there are some areas with the same currency, but some of the country does have the same currency, and you have to deal with exchange difficulty for them. So one of the things we are trying to do in order to solve this, because this is one of the things we solve with businesses, because we are helping them get the solution in order to collect the payment. So we are working directly with the bank. And one of the things we do is we also help banks solve this problem, because they also have the problem. Once you have solution to collect money, for example, in Central Africa, you can help also some bank in West Africa in order to do the reconciliation when they need to send money to each other.
Quick question. Fintech is a very competitive area. Can you give some details about how you plan to actually onboard the users? I've seen that you are talking about 5K online and 10K posts. Can you describe that?
Okay. So, yeah, very quickly. So, one of our e-wallet, for example, is based on a bank solution. So we are doing partner with the bank. And doing partner with them is you have the advantage to also onboard all of the users quickly. So the bank, what they're looking for is just a volume on the transaction. They are helping with all of the users they have in order to do the marketing very quickly. So doing partnering with them helps you to grow quickly and get your yearly user very simply. Thank you.
All right, well done. Thank you so much, buddy. All right. Oh, I'm always so nervous when I see that blue screen now. I always think something terrible's happened. Let's call down Ubiquity AI, please. He's hot and ready to go. Come on down, buddy. Round of applause for Ubiquity AI. Thank you very much. Yeah, of course. You see, we're just going to hang out real quick.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Looks good to me, bud.
How is that sick-ass logo? It's good, right? Can I get your attention for a second? I've got a question. Can anyone tell me which is one of the biggest industries in the world that only has a business success rate of 20%? Anyone? Anyone? No? Judges? It's the debt collection industry. In the US, it's worth $35 billion. In Europe, it's worth a little bit less. It's an industry that affects just about every person in the world. I am the CEO of an award-winning deep tech startup, and the problem we are solving is consumer debt. I love fintechs talking about how it's easier to find customers. They need to, because on the other end, companies are losing up to 20% of their book in any given financial year. What is the strategy for stopping that? There is no strategy. That 20% success rate is the limit. If debt collectors want to improve that, they do it at your expense and your expense. They call you at the night, robocalls, non-stop SMSs. That model hasn't changed for 50 years. I've been in financial services for 20 years, and I've got a team that's even more experienced than I am. This is one industry that is ripe for change. Change the business model. And what is the business model? Predict a consumer default before it happens. Counsel that consumer, automate payment arrangements, and enforce that. And that's why we use artificial intelligence. This is our chatbot. So you may ask, why would a customer talk to you talk to a chatbot about his problems? Well, I'm here to tell you that we are probably the first company in the world that is striving towards a 100% resolution chatbot. When I went to Unity Lab and spoke to the deputy head of technology, he laughed in my face. But I can tell you, in the last 2 years, we've made that a reality and we have figured out how to do it. What does that mean? It means that once you engage with our chatbot, Simone, we will give lenders, our primary customers, we B2B2C, a guarantee that a consumer will never have to go through another channel if they log a query on Simone. That is a compelling value proposition, but while we give that consumer that ability, we have unrestricted two-way access built on trust, and that creates dependency on the platform. We speak about trust, right? Every chatbot in the market that's making money today is a deflection chatbot. It's there designed to deflect queries away from a human call center agent. We are there to solve problems, and it creates incredible complexity. I'm happy to answer your questions.
All right, lovely, lovely. Let's hear from the jury.
I don't do PowerPoint. I had to import it into PowerPoint, and this is the result.
Can you go through that slide?
Yeah, of course.
Briefly.
If you look at the total number of accounts in the US and in Europe, there's 2.25 billion accounts, and at an aggressive price of $1 per user per month, billed to the lender, you're looking at an available market of $30 billion annually. If you look at distressed consumers, consumers that have low FICO scores, consumers that miss payments, and we go to lenders and say, hey, let's deploy Simone just to that segment of the book, that is worth $3 billion annually. We think we can get 7% of that market within 5 years with very little resistance just by targeting consumers that have a history of bad payment.
When talking about this market, which area, which geographies are you targeting?
The US and Europe first. Okay. The Europe first because it has the most robust blockchain regulatory environment. That gives lenders predictability to adopt this technology. It's not just a new business model, it's a new technology. Using blockchain in debt management, I mean, people will think, what is this? But the EU and the European Commission is very open to these kinds of tech for good technologies.
How do you acquire the data? Roughly.
For prediction, for predictive.
Yeah, how do you acquire the data? Because you need data to actually run your
Yeah,
learning,
I'll tell
right?
you, it's very, very cool. The first one is we ask you. Simone, my chap, will say, hey, dude, your debit order is going off for 300 euros. Are you cool? Yes or no? And then we've got data scientists to manage that. We use IFA cell phone data, geolocation data, point of sale data to create a predictive model that will say, we're fairly confident this dude is going to miss his payment. Let's offer him a solution before he switches off his phone and goes underground. It's customer-centric. Are we good?
Well done, bud.
Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much. Cheers.